Yes.
By myself and Felix, we are one and the same.
Like the Powers of Grayskull.
By reference to he will get. Felix.
Oh, right, hang on. Shut up.
I am
Muting
you.
mics.
A handful of presenters, a mass of microphones, and a whole load of talk. This is TigerTails Radio.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Season 8, Episode 8 of TigerTails Radio. I'm your host, TK, and live in the studio we have a Fearless.
Hello.
And as... What is that noise? Oh, for fuck's sake, it was microphone sorted out yet, Jesus Christ. And we also have an Angel Dark Song.
Hello.
And if all bees well, we should also have a Xavier.
Hello.
Yay, the gang's
Oh
all
wow, I
here.
can actually hear him. What?
You can actually hear him. It's a miracle, isn't it?
Yeah, the mic quality is awesome during the start of the show. It just degrades as it goes through.
A bit like age.
It deteriorates rapidly.
Oh, who said that?
But we should be here for another 2 hours or so of delectable entertainment and otherwise entertaining shenanigans as we battle on through technical difficulties and fun.
Yeah.
Mostly technical difficulties.
But actually have a decent chair this time.
He has the big wheelie chair.
Oh, he's whining now.
No,
That wasn't whining, that was triumphant.
That was the opposite of whine.
Yeah, he's
that
just
is.
whining about the fact he didn't have the chair last time.
Can't win with him. You really can't win with him. But yes, it is, like I say, Season 8, Episode 8 of TigerTails Radio. We are back. We are here for another 2 hours, and it's going to be one of those shows, I feel.
Those shows.
I mean, if I was pressing buttons to start with, and it was just going crackle, 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 fuck you! And I was like, right, it's like that, is it? And the system was like, yes, it's entirely like that. So there, deal with it. So I dealt with it. And all I can hear now is a funny little in the background, but I can deal with that.
Great, for those people whose headphones weren't up, all it was a funny little silence.
In the
That's
background.
just Fearless.
This is not a high-pitched squeak. Not unless you poke him in the right place anyway. That's
Alex,
all I'm
put him in the
saying.
right place.
Phyllis is a manly squeak.
8. So manly. 8. 8.
8. We all went there. We all went there.
We are
Season
that.
8, Episode 8.
It is. This
It's
is the
the
Stanley
8th
Parable
episode.
Show. It's the Stanley Parable Demo.
So we'll narrate what you're talking about whilst narrating what you're talking about.
Xavier wanted to narrate about the narration of tonight's show. He thought it would be interesting and maybe just a little bit special. Was he right? Xavier wondered to
Unfortunately,
himself.
his role in the story was the bottom left pixel on the game over screen.
It was an important role, but one
All
that
like,
made
like
him
he
feel
tells
like...
himself.
But it was
And
a
now we
role-
move into Thomas Was Alone.
That was also a very good game. So there's no sadness there. And it's also a black tie show today for some reason.
It is.
I'm not entirely sure why that happened. It's just everyone suddenly was wearing black ties. So I was like, I see. It's like
Warning the
that,
past.
is it?
Well, my black shirt was in the wash. Otherwise, I'd be a red tie today.
I see. Well, I've got a navy blue shirt with a black tie. It's not really working out. It does kind of blend in a little bit.
I'm a bit dark today. So.
It's a dark day.
Yeah,
Ah.
he's gone all Peter Parker, slicked his hair back, started doing weird crotch dances in the living room.
And stubbing his toe. And yeah, we're live. Look at that. That's our live stream.
Yay.
Good day. Or good evening. Or good night, depending on where you are in the world.
Yeah, you really cannot see my tie at all. It's there. You can just about see it. It's fine. It'll do.
I can barely see that screen anyway, so...
Wow, Alex has slicked his hair back.
Indeed, I have.
It's very slick. Look at that.
Despite the fact and the way I look, I am actually good Pete.
Here's good Pete, not evil Pete.
Yep.
I see. You know, like,
What?
almost like one of those jumped-up business guys who like try to sell you something, but the moment they look at you, it's like, are you going to start selling me double glazing?
I've not looked at you yet.
You've just thumbed up the camera.
Yep.
I saw that. I saw that on the feed. I am looking decidedly hairy today. On both.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, to be honest, the only reason I slick back my hair now is because I wanted to see what it'd be like for work tomorrow. Because my hair is getting a bit too messy, and I can't control it with head gum
Ever
or
thought
wax.
about barbers? They're generally where you go when your hair is getting a little bit uncontrollable.
That requires money and effort, and I don't really want to
Oh,
do
you
either.
can't, you can't exactly say like you've not got any money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
bastard.
have money.
You are the rich bitch in this entire world right now. So you can fuck off with that. Basic.
Hey, I'll be poor in like 4 months' time. Don't you worry.
Yeah, are you going to get your contract extended, do you know?
I'll know in 2 months.
Have you impressed them enough to stay on?
Well, we can get to that when we have our weeks. Can ask.
I see.
Yeah,
And how is your company pension going along? Because that's going to be fun.
it's like 95 quid out of my thing, but then they pay 95 quid, and then they pay
No, no, no,
10%.
no, no.
10%, and then I pay 5%, and then they pay another 5%.
Do you know, on top of your contribution, the government also put in, I think it's 20%.
Apparently,
know
our
that.
pension is ridiculously good though, because my cousin says I think you get. He said 8% is like one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting 10.
Yeah, I left the paper around here because he was like, no. My aunt was like, you can't possibly be getting 10. It's like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's what it said on the paper.
He's getting 10. Bastard. Hedgie's getting like 2, which is the minimum government allowance.
Yeah, but this is where Hedgie works,
Yeah, he works at the casino. They make a shit ton of money.
and they're selfish bastards.
Yeah, there's that. That's why people don't walk out of the casino richer than when they walked in.
Yeah.
Not without broken legs, anyway. Well, that's a damning indictment for an entire industry that could probably sue us at a moment's notice. Yay! So, Pete, how was your
Yay.
week?
Oh, we're on the weeks already. We've broken everything in the first 5-6 minutes. Then
10
have we?
minutes? Well, roughly 10 minutes. It's been, 6 minutes of streaming time, so yeah. I think nothing has broken and collapsed yet, so I think we're safe to go on to the weeks.
Yay, weeks. Been a bank holiday week, hasn't it?
No?
I thought it was bank holiday Monday.
No, that's next
That
Monday
was-
coming.
That was
Yep.
last week and the week after, yeah.
Yeah, this is what throws me.
We actually had to go to work today. If
Yeah.
you didn't go to work today, that's your beef, and you're getting fired for it. I went to work and worked like a normal person. I expect Alex there went to work and worked like a normal person. We didn't not go to work because we were a Skyview buzz.
Yeah. I just Skype at work. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
my week's
you
been not
actually
too bad,
worked
really.
today.
Busy.
Yes.
Still doing lots of editing.
Oh yes. Yes, I can sympathise with that.
Yep. Although my editing is now realising I have to re-edit the entire credit sequence to bloody put a copyright in.
2014. All you gotta do is change one character.
No.
It's not hard.
Yes. Because you remember the template you gave me?
Yeah.
You rendered that, so I had the footage.
Yeah.
So it's not a template.
So what you do is you just take
Is
the
make
little-
one.
Huh?
Is make
No,
one.
you just cut where the credits fade in and remake that last slide.
Yeah, make one.
Right?
A
One
slide.
slide.
That is slide. Do you realise how annoyingly hard it is on those?
Very easy. You just right click in the video channel, choose insert video media, or insert text media, sorry, and write the copyright bit at the end. And then just fade it in once the main video fades out. Very easy. I promise. I'll send an
Yeah.
adult round to help you if you need it.
They'll get lost.
Okay, you can meet him at the station. His name's Hedgie.
Yeah, but the
He's very
week's been
obedient.
the week has been good. Since last Monday, it's mostly been filled with fiddling around, catching up with a few things. I've completely caught up with Supernatural season 6.
Nice.
I've
Oh, so
caught
that's all
up
the
with-
non-canon stuff.
What?
That's all the non-canon stuff.
Oh.
Spoilers.
Shield, I've caught up with.
Yeah.
Arrow, I haven't.
Yeah, I keep meaning to do that.
Yeah, it's on my list.
We'll keep meaning to keep
And-
catching up.
Oh yeah, I got things I keep on meaning to catch up with Dracula and Arrow. Continuum's just started its second series, and
Yeah, I've got a list.
I think the new season of Falling Skies has started up. But
You know,
I've
I
just
looked
picked
at
up the
all
first
of the
box like that.
shows recently that got cancelled and which didn't. It was like 22 shows got cancelled this
Yeah.
this year.
Including Community.
Yeah,
Which
Community.
enraged Nerd Cubed on Twitter.
Because the dream of 6 seasons of the movie.
whereas
happen.
the 100 got bumped up for another season.
Yep.
I just know there was cat people sex and somebody got unbound and something.
Are you talking about a TV series or the porn on your laptop right now?
I'm sorry, I don't need porn.
Lies.
What is
Everybody
Alex doing
likes
to you
porn.
then? Because he's staring intently at you on the video.
He is. That was a very intense stare.
Ah, there he is. I looked over and... Yeah, I just look over the screen. It just goes a bit with Alex suddenly turning his head and then looking back again.
In fact, with that current slick back hair, he does look a little bit like John Travolta.
Oh god, yeah!
Adele.
John Travolta was another really straight gay person.
Moving on.
Hey, I just want to say,
The weekend did.
I am
All right,
hard.
whose phone is that?
Sir! Sir!
It's not mine, actually. I am hard gay. I am the straightest gay man here. And Felix is the gayest straight man here.
I am normal gay in the level of hardness.
We
That's
do
okay.
not want to know your level of hardness.
We're 8.
8.
We're not.
For starters,
No,
we used up the reverb my penis is throbbing bit a couple of episodes ago.
We can always repeat it.
No,
Is it like
no,
throbbing
it is
penis?
not throbbing.
metronome?
Or is it?
There it is.
I
So-
was watching TK so I could know exactly when to say the word throbbing.
Too late. So the rest of the week, my weekend has mostly been spent with Eurovision and a good chunk of roleplay.
Eurovision is going to be my done and dusted.
I'm not surprised.
I'm gay. Right, they have a big gay celebration on telly, and you expect me not to cover it. Behave.
Yeah, there's a good lot of news after that as well.
There is, yeah. With Conchita Wurst.
And hey, nobody does hardcore gay like Middle Eastern Europe.
Alex.
Yes.
No one does hardcore gay like Alex.
Hard gay.
The worst thing is, I'm watching you do the mime for the throbbing penis whilst you're saying that, Alex.
Yeah.
I told you.
It kind of works.
I'm the straightest gay person here.
Whereas Felix is the gayest straight person.
Indeed. I blame
Anyway,
you.
somebody else's
TK.
week.
I'm saying nothing. My week hasn't been too bad. He said, changing the subject rapidly. It's been mostly consisting of Minecraft in the weekends and work
Minecraft?
during the week. I was on the 10 till 6 shift last week, so I
Ow.
spent lots of time at work. And then on Thursday and Friday, that merged straight into the overtime shifts. So then even more work. It's like, yay, work.
Whoa.
And now they've put me on callbacks as well, so I get to call people back. I get to
Yay.
make that little log a little bit smaller whenever I feel like it. It's like, do I feel like doing callbacks? Yeah, not really. Nah, not really now. Okay, I'll do one now. Fine, whatever. I'll help out. Basically, I'll just wait until I'm told. That's the way to do it. It's like, can you do this? I can.
But
Now ask me if I will.
You are hard work.
I am hardworking.
Hard work, eh?
Yeah.
Says the
I
hard
think-
gay.
I was going to say, I think you wouldn't understand, Alex.
Wait, what? I'll have you know, I've been speaking to Nigerians all day, trying to sort out things because it's our end of month report.
And how's your report going?
My reports are fine. It's their reports that they're angry about, and they're coming to me about it. And I'm because
why would they come to me? I only oversee the whole region.
no, that's exactly why. Because I'll give you a quick before we get to me. Yeah, a quick thing is each factory has like a target they have to meet, and they like to tweak the numbers to benefit them because their bonuses count on getting this target. Whereas we are sort of independent of them. We're like a third party, and we have an unbiased opinion. We just want what's like right, whether it's on target or if it's off target. So when something isn't on target, they get a bit pissy and they say, "Why isn't it? Why isn't it?" And then we give them the reason. And if it's not good enough reason for them, they'll argue.
And Star Wars never got subtitled, so you can't just pop off by going, stay on target, stay on target.
Hit him.
With sticks.
They never will.
True, they won't. Only because I've got a stick. I have a cane, however.
So what else have you been doing for the week, Alex?
sort of independent of them. We're like a third party.
Excuse me, Mr.
Unbiased
YouTube.
opinion.
When I say switch accounts, I don't mean turn the audio back on.
My week, other than that,
Is apparently staying independent.
independent. Well, I didn't really do a lot last week other than my usual stuff, which consists of Wednesday going around my friends. We have our weekly meetup. Thursday. What did I do Thursday, Felix? Was I?
You went to London and then came back and then had to go straight back out again.
No, Thursday.
Oh, I will take the opera cane. Thank you.
We've got to beat you with sticks, remember?
No, it must be a
Why
duel.
are you holding his stick?
Uh,
Anyway, I believe on Thursday I stayed in.
It is hard to riposte from here.
They're fighting with games. Saturday I went to London. Yep, for just a casual social meetup with gaming friends. And then Sunday I stayed indoors all day
I will
with
take
my
the
girlfriend,
classy black soap.
watching her play The Walking Dead.
There can be only one
Pete?
reference to that movie on the show.
The feed.
Ah,
So, well, I have TK
Remember,
and Felix are
we're
sword
doing
fighting in the
this
studio.
Star Wars style,
Pete
which
has
means you must aim 3
disappeared.
feet to the left of your
I
opponent
believe
at all
TK might
times.
have done something. I don't know.
No, I'm still here.
You're still here. Why don't you answer me?
I'm watching the chaos.
Just ignore
Aha!
him.
I have a hostage. Ah, fuck nuggets.
So yes, it's very interesting watching my girlfriend play The Walking Dead because I watched her play through the whole of season 1 and watch her choices, and it was I did every so often chuckle or like go.
Did you
"Ooh."
just knock off the end?
And to which I get a look at and go, "What? What's wrong?" I was like, "Nothing, nothing."
You didn't say anything like you didn't want to do that.
No,
Did you?
I never said you didn't want to do that. I either went, "Oh, this will be interesting," or, "Oh no, I wouldn't do that personally."
Oh,
But it was okay. But it was interesting because she managed to get like the main. She made Kenny. Whoever's played The Walking Dead, Kenny's like the main side character for the protagonist, like his closest friend.
yeah.
But like she had a very rocky relationship with him, which was interesting to see because I was best friends with Kenny, as is most people. But then at the end of the game, you can choose to still be a dick to Kenny or not, but like she wasn't made up. But it was interesting, and I hated watching the end of the first last episode again. It was so horrible, like not bad horrible. It's just
Yeah, I was about to ask you to clear that one up.
yeah. I felt my heart go. Don't cry, don't cry. Be a man.
Well, did you tear up? Did you tear up like a man?
I did tear up at that scene again. But to be honest, the first time I nearly cried because it was like so emotional.
Oh,
A single manly tear.
Yeah.
What the nostalgia critic likes to call the sexy cry.
Now, what about you, Felix? What have you been not doing
My
this
week. Well, I've had my annual Let's Troll Medical Science Day.
Yay!
Yay! So, who wants to know how much better my lungs are despite not smoking?
We don't care, moving
Still
on.
smoking, and tell the doctors that I'm not.
Well, how much better are you?
A fair bit.
Good.
I've lost weight though, which is not so good.
Ah.
dun dun dun.
Like 4 kilos, 5 kilos I've lost.
Is it because you
Oh
took a
my
poop before
fucking
you
god!
went?
4 kilos.
Yeah.
He only can
You are
dream.
crying over 4 kilos.
Lost the better part of a stone.
You have to
So
remember,
those tits
Pete.
you've grown,
He is like nothing.
and the testicles that are now ovaries.
Hey,
4 kilos.
it's important for me to keep my weight up.
Oh, we're being criticised for not having hats.
Are we?
We are.
Tonight you're the mafia.
I'm not putting a hat on.
You're not putting one of my hats on, no.
Yeah,
He doesn't have a hat.
Exactly.
There, I am beheaded.
If we were gonna put hats on,
Any minute
I
now,
wouldn't have
channel will
slicked my
realize
hair
this.
Hey, you better watch out, eh? I'ma come for you, SA. Whoever you are. You okay?
Go click the link in channel.
okay. Chico, you better
Oh, you
watch it
can't click
next
the link in
time,
channel.
eh? I'm in channel. I get my My privileges, I'll kick you,
There. Hatted.
I am so going to play porn really loudly the next time you're even thinking of having sex.
Like, that's gonna put me off.
Oh.
Depends on the porn.
Depends on the hat he's wearing during it.
I will find the screechiest, moist hentai.
Wait. That ain't gonna put me off.
Oh, yeah.
What, hats or porn?
He will have the hardest weeaboo boner ever. The weeabooner, if you will.
Please run home, everyone.
It is the bone
Close
of
your ears,
Japanimation.
shut your eyes. Don't come back.
My God, if only Studio
No.
Ghibli did porn.
I'm so scared!
But not as much as Ham.
Oh.
So I'm assuming Felis's weekend's there.
No. The rest of it's been spent gathering all the things for my other medical that's due to happen again, which is my ASOS medical review,
Yay.
where they will attempt to twist everything to award me the least number of points possible.
Take a bottle of wine and say, twist this.
Yeah, just bribe him with the 20 quid note, see what happens.
Can't get the lid off, twist this.
Well, yeah, but that's the case where they go, comes in under mental health difficulties, but can lift a £20 note for bribe, therefore is fit for work.
Well, that depends what you want to work as. I mean, if you're going to be working for, like, people who do bribes, you know, like the government, then you should be fine.
Yeah, just say
Other
you want
than
to
that-
work for the Labour government. They'll put you in the white jacket straight off.
Yeah, just claim to be a trade unionist, should be fine.
Yeah, other than that, the week's been spent catching up on the writing course that I've been doing.
Oh, yeah.
Noticing that half the other... Well, the participation is okay, but there are a few students who are way too pretentious.
Oh, really?
I accept that going,
It's coming
we had
from
to...
you.
Yeah, we had to compare two different description scenes, one from Joseph Heller and one from George Orwell.
Yeah.
There's one person sat there going, my God, George Orwell uses so much of the past tense. How did he ever get published? I was like, because it was acceptable back then. And we'd laugh at you if you used third person omniscient today, but hey, turn of the 20th century, that was all the fucking rage.
As I said, this coming from you. It's a class of pretentious people.
And
Yeah,
Felis
I
is
don't
the
look down
king
on
of
everybody
them all.
else, except for you hapless freaks. The perfect hat for Pete would be a yarmulke, because it'd cover the bald spot perfectly.
Down on Monday.
Oh no, he could become Jewish and get one of those little caps.
That's the yarmulke, also known as the Jew beanie.
A Jew beanie.
We apologise to all the Jewish listeners.
Hey, my grandfather called it the Jew beanie.
Was he Jewish?
Yes.
That's okay then.
Hey, my
Moving
Jew
on.
relatives beat yours. Mine ain't bacon.
So does my grandfather.
Oh god.
He's a very unorthodox Jew.
Alex eats
And
bacon
yet-
too, now.
You denied bacon for a bet, Alex.
Yeah, and it just proves my willpower is stronger than
No, it doesn't.
your bald spot.
Yeah, but your willpower is broken by bacon, so what does that prove?
It means don't ever torture me and then offer me bacon. I'll never talk. What's that? The sizzling of bacon. No.
You didn't exactly
No.
torture you. You came round and we said, do you want a bacon sandwich? And you went, yep, right.
No, I declined at first, and then you shoved these. Oh, we have a spare bacon sandwich. Shoved it in my face. Whatever will we do?
Whatever will we do with this spare bacon sandwich? I think somebody needs
And
to
Alex
eat it.
replied, "Oh,
Your fucking bacon sandwich was premeditated.
Oh, yeah, because we could totally premeditate a bacon sarnie. I know, today, what shall we do? I know, let's turn Alex away from vegetarianism with a bacon sandwich. What we will do is make a baker's dozen and deliberately tempt him with that 13th one.
You did.
The
Oh,
Judas of bacon sandwiches.
the betrayer.
Disclaimer, that's not what we did.
No.
That's not what happened in the Bible.
No,
But anyway,
the last
gaming
meal,
news?
bacon sandwich is going to be a bit shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, what was your last meal? Bacon sandwich. Oh, that was a shit last meal, wasn't it? The one you executed. Okay, yeah. For you, the gaming news.
Now it's time for the latest gossip from the Silicon Grid. This is the gaming news.
This is the part of the show where Xavier and Venus give the lowdown on all of the news that's happened in the gaming world.
Hey, I have snippets that I currently can't do
Tidbits?
anything because I haven't brought a tablet to do all this shit with.
You've got your phone and a pen that you're fiddling with on the stream.
Yeah, I like.
And a random receipt.
Yeah. What's up with that random receipt?
Oh, it's a receipt of the tobacco I brought. Just so I
yeah.
can say, look.
In case they frisk him at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought this tablet, but I haven't gone around to pick it up yet because it's with relatives. I'm gonna go around. Now they've gone on holiday, so I'm probably not gonna get the tablet for another
You,
3
you
weeks.
didn't have it delivered to our home?
No, this was before I moved in with you.
Ah,
I had it delivered to my place, and the bastards used my old address. And then when I phoned them up and said, "It's been a week. Where's my package?" Oh yes, no, we've delivered to this place. Do you know this place or this person who signed for it? Yes.
The correct answer there is no. What the fuck have you done with my package?
Yeah.
Excuse me, what?
Unfortunately, I said yes. I did a big sigh. I said yes, and then I said, "It's not your problem, but I'm gonna hang up now, okay?"
It's like, I fucking hate you. You may have delivered to the place that you were told to deliver to people you may have been told to deliver to, but fuck you, this is your fault.
Yeah, exactly. I hung up because I was like, I don't want to say anything stupid. Anyway, gaming news.
Yes, gaming news. I've got a piece of gaming news. Remember a couple of weeks ago we covered how Mortal Kombat was going to be fine despite GameSpy shutting down? The process
Yes, I
has
saw that.
begun. They are migrating away as we speak. So, if you are a player of Mortal Kombat 9 on the Xbox 360, the PS3, or the PC, you may
Still.
experience some technical difficulties when playing online in the forms of dropouts or matchmaking issues, things like that, as they migrate away from GameSpy servers. If you have a player on the PS Vita, well, you're boned. Ad hoc multiplayer only. There will be no online play for the Vita version once GameSpy are shut down.
Can
Sorry.
you not use ad hoc party?
I don't know. I don't know if that works with Vita.
It's worth investigating.
I know it works with the PSP, but I have no idea if it works with Vita.
Well, the theory should be the same, right? If it works off of an ad hoc sort of wireless.
Indeed. But that's the
I'm
theory.
trying to remember how many games actually do have ad hoc on the Vita.
I don't know. And
Well, I like that you grabbed that news
why is that?
because I got something that feeds after that quite nicely.
Let's just quickly say hello to Werewolfie, who's a paid channel.
Hello,
as well as
Werewolfie.
Red Cane DJ, who are an EM channel.
Werewolfie.
And what's your news then, Xavier?
Well, a very nice man called Ed Boon
Oh yes, I know him.
apparently is hinting something at pre-3 announcement with a mysterious countdown.
Yeah.
So in a random Twitter post on May the 4th, be with you, Boone asked the square root of 841, which works out to be 29. On May 5th, the developer asked his followers how many days in a non-leap year February, to which the answer is 28.
I see.
The pattern, should this continue, ends on June 2nd, which is a week before E3, sparking the obvious speculation that Mortal Kombat developer NetherRealm is about to announce a new game.
And it's going to be something completely
That will get
un-Mortal Kombat or Injustice related, isn't it? It's
Well,
going to be some
in
crappy mobile
February,
phone port that Warner Brothers have made them make.
And
Well,
just
we
this
don't know.
phone game.
In February, Kiefer Sutherland let slip that he had worked on a new Mortal Kombat game, and in July last year, a producer on the on-live web series Mortal Kombat Legacy said the new Mortal Kombat game, or a new Mortal Kombat game, was in development.
I wonder if it's going to be a remake of Shaolin Monks or if it's going to be MK10.
MK10 would be nice.
MK10 would be
I
nice,
would
but-
like to forget the hideous atrocity that is Injustice. Funnily enough, the game is an Injustice. Oh.
But I would quite like Shaolin Monks 2 or Shaolin Monks HD. That would be very nice as well and very well received. Gimme.
Speaking of HD,
Oh yes.
do you mind if I talk over you, Felix?
Was I talking
Good,
just
very
now?
well. HD cell damage hits Europe, Australia, May 14th.
Fuck, really?
Yes.
Bastards! Why did they do that to me?
Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and the Middle East will get Cell Damage HD on May the 14th. It's going to cost €8.99.
That's
So
like 2 days time.
translate
That's
as
on
you will.
Friday. No, wait.
Mhm.
The 14th?
May 14th.
That's Wednesday. That makes no sense. Oh no, wait, that's for the PS2 of this, isn't it?
Now it features 10 characters, 30 weapons, deathmatch, capture the flag, racing modes with matches set within 13 environments. 4-player split screen is confirmed for
Good.
both the PS3 and the PS4, but no online play was mentioned, nor any multiplayer features for the Vita version. And
But
apparently it's going to be cross-buy purchase for PS4, 3 and Vita.
really?
Yep, and cross-save compatible for save games transferable between platforms.
For those of you who've never played the original on the PS2, oh wow, and I think it was on the Xbox as well. Cell Damage,
Yep.
or Cell Damage Overdrive on the PS2, is a fun little 4-player karting type game thing, where it's basically run around in your car and destroy everybody else. A nice kind of automated battle thing, like many
What
other
do you mean,
games.
run around in your car? Do you mean that everybody drives like the Flintstones?
Yes,
Okay then.
I think in some cases that is the case. But as long as I get to play with Foulmouth, I'll be happy. Here was a 1930s kind of private detective monster type character who ran around just going "Nah" all the time.
Say. Fucking conditioning.
Yep. And
So, Velas,
I played the shit out of that game.
This, I've got a few. Oh fuck! I was clicked on the wrong thing entirely.
Yeah. Yeah. See.
Couple little random headliney bits. Lead software engineer DICE has basically tweeted with the saying that Star Wars Battlefront will be coming out in 4.
ooh,
Well, given that he tweeted new multiplayer game has maps and comes out in the fall, buy it. He's only working on 2 games right now: Mirror's Edge 2 and Battlefront.
Oh yeah, Mirror's Edge 2's still a thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Forgot all about that.
Square are bringing Final Fantasy 3 to Steam. Basically a HD remix version of the DS title that they brought out a few years back. Green Man Gaming is 4 years old now.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old do you feel?
And the Dota 2 International 2014 started today.
That explains a lot of what's been
Oh, and
happening.
Final Fantasy 14 delays again.
What a surprise. It's not a social media game, so they're not going to bring it out anytime soon.
No.
Has anybody else?
Well, we've been waiting for 7 years. 7 years. That's about as long as we've been waiting for Project fucking Titan from Blizzard.
It's going to get to do Nukem days soon.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem forever.
And
How long it
ever.
takes to release.
And ever.
anything else?
Willies.
And why am I not in TigerTails radio?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's clicked somewhere else. There we
I'm
go.
gonna say because you're in channel.
Yeah, some reason the tab had changed. That's basically all the little quick bullet point headline things that I've got.
What have you got, Pete?
Okay, well I've got good news for Alex.
What?
WildStar Open Beta begins May 8th.
I was in the closed beta.
Yep, now the open beta starts.
Yep, and
I
I
mean,
can...
That
That's
was you can play it,
started.
Pete, right?
I started.
Hmm?
That's good because it means I can get more of my rewards for logging in during the beta. Every day you
Yeah.
log in on the beta, you get a box on release, which has like limited edition stuff.
Yep,
That's
and
if
you
you're a
request
pre-order
a
bitch,
key
right?
from then until May 18th on the official website.
Yeah.
And if you've already participated, you will automatically receive access to the open beta period.
Yeah.
And level cap extended to 30 for this period as well.
But
Yep,
that's
as well as some other tweaks and other bits that they've put up on the website.
that's not really important because you're not gonna hit that cap. You're gonna play to a certain point just to get a feel as to if you like this game or not. But like, to be honest, if you like this game, chances are you followed so much of it at places like PAX and the like that you know you're gonna buy this game.
If you haven't already.
Yeah.
Aren't they taking pre-orders yet?
Yeah, they've taken.
Yeah, they've been taking pre-orders for
a couple
good
months
while.
now.
Pre-orders start May 31st. The actual game official launch is June 2nd.
Is that's not the 3-day head start, is it?
That's the head start, May 31st.
Ah. Yeah, guess who's during that period? Yeah.
Apparently it's quite buggy though. Redcade says beta sucks. Playing now, so many bugs.
Well, it's a
Beta.
beta.
One would expect.
And
bugs.
if you're playing now, you've probably got
Every
a large
party
amount of
needs a
stuff
pooper,
streaming
that's why
through
we
your
invited
PC.
DJ.
Hmm?
Alright. Who? Who's the whom to?
You.
Hmm?
Me. I said every party needs a pooper, that's why I invited DJ.
Oh,
Oh.
why so mean?
More news, Felix.
More news. Just quickly going through. Here we go. EA is having to shut down the online servers for 50 of their games on June the 30th.
Oh, that means no more Sims PC edition.
Yeah, this isn't the
Or
case of
SimCity.
last year where they just decided to randomly close down the servers of games that were less than 2 years old. This is the last wave of games that are having to close down from the GameSpy server hosting.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So the servers are finally shutting down on Battlefield 1942,
Oh well.
Oh,
Battlefield 2, Bulletstorm, the first couple of Crisis games, whole bunch of stuff, and of course the Star Wars Battlefronts and Rock Band add-ons for Wii.
Yep.
Oh.
No more Rock Band on the Wii.
Of course, everybody sat there going, "Oh, fucking EA!" And we're saying, "No, this is not their fault this time. It's okay.
Yeah, be happy.
It's sad, but come on, let's just blame GameSpy folding."
Yeah, because blame, well, credit where credit's due, I suppose. Blame's where blame's due. Works both ways.
and EA are trying to rescue a large number of these ones to still keep going. The more popular ones, certainly.
And Battlefield 2 is actually still played a lot.
I like how the
No
first
surprise.
comment on that post was
It's
suck a
EA
dick,
suck
EA.
a dick,
Yeah.
and then 2 posts down, "Stop sucking EA's dick and defending them."
Ha ha ha.
Uh,
There you go.
sigh.
Internet,
Anyway.
please.
Capcom is apparently promoting female employees to recognise diversity. So the company commits to evaluating workers on performance only.
As it should be.
Yeah. So it's announced it's promoting some of its female workers to executive roles in a bid to highlight the company's position on gender
In
equality.
which branch?
Okay. I have
Oh, I've got Alex started.
a comment just to put here. But, yeah. I have no problem with gender equality at all, right? Just before I say this, but you shouldn't have to hire women or men just to balance it out. You should hire who is best for the job. If it's a woman or if it's a man, that's cool. Hire them, but you don't hire people just for the sake of balancing it out.
Also, surely if you're hiring people just because they're women,
That's not equality.
yeah, you're discriminating against men then. So even if your company is 99% men, if you only start hiring women because they're women, not because they're better at the job, then that's still discrimination. It works both ways.
Yep.
Never mind.
Just like to put it out there before you start this. Now we can
Oh,
get
I
back to
started
fun
already.
games. You start when I say you start.
But anyway, apparently as part of the efforts, they're promoting executive positions of female employees. They have 2 female corporate officers, 20 female employees in management positions, such as general managers and senior managers. They also announced in its financial review that 3 of its games became million sellers during the last financial year. Xbox One exclusive Dead Rising 3 sold 1.2 million copies. Resident Evil Revelations HD cleared 1.1. Monster Hunter 4 sold 4.1 in Japan alone.
Where it is popular as shit
Yeah, well, shit generally is popular.
in Japan.
More news for this.
More news. Let's have something from Michael Pachter. Yeah.
I miss him. We haven't heard anything crazy from him
Well.
for ages.
During gaming publications Gaming Bolt's rather long interview with Michael Pachter, he came out and said that he believes that the person who have the company that will have the most new announcements at E3 this year will be Nintendo.
There are many reasons for this, but carry on.
Yeah. But
But-
no, that's just it. He's just sat there going,
okay.
yeah, I mean, Nintendo are going to have the most announcements at E3.
Well, if you look at it like this, Nintendo have made the fewest announcements last year, or in any of their directs. Their directs have mostly been about Smash Brothers and other like Mario Kart and stuff like that. Stuff that you know is like came out, is coming out. Like they haven't announced a lot of other. I don't want to say IPs, but they haven't announced a lot of other games.
Yeah.
Whereas other companies, last E3, they had all of their big reveals. I mean, let's take EA, okay, Sony. They've already announced all of what's coming out for the end of this year for PlayStation 4, and there's hints as to basically what's being made for the next year. Like Uncharted 4 is probably going to come out next year, and they'll announce it. But we know. Same for Microsoft. They've basically schoolboyed and burst their load early, whereas Nintendo haven't actually had anything, and they've only just matured now. And now we've.
What are you talking about, Alex?
I'm trying to put it.
His history, I am guessing.
Nintendo haven't announced a lot, so they're going to announce a lot of their games now.
Well, pretty much all they have at the moment is the next Mario Kart and Brawl.
Yeah, that's all they've put out there. So of course they're going to have the most games be announced, because there's no fucking games out for that console. And if they don't announce games at this E3, they might as well just, like, use it as brickwork.
Yeah, they pretty much, the 3DS is about the only thing that's keeping them going at the moment, game-wise.
Yep.
That's still weak, though.
It's not doing
Surprisingly,
too badly.
it's okay. And there aren't many games out there that I want to play on the 3DS, really. And there's an awful lot of shovelware.
Yeah.
But again, there was for the first half of the regular DS's lifetime, so...
All I can say is we're going to have to wait and see, because there's a lot of stuff from Nintendo that have been talking about it, but like so far, so soon with Nintendo, it's still lots of talk and not implementation.
Well, it's come to a point where pretty much Nintendo have convinced themselves that the only thing we can do to little consoles now is pursue our little health and fitness initiatives and the occasional first-party title.
Well, the health and fitness has kind of died.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway,
Hang on,
any more
let's-
news from Felis?
Any more
Whilst Alex
news
is
from me?
scribbling down notes
Continuing
in the
the, America invading Denmark in Minecraft saga.
Yep.
They are not going to be rolling back the server. They're letting
Aw.
all of these little American tanks and stuff stay in place. They will, however, be rebuilding buildings that have been destroyed and nothing of worth being built there. But they've also suffered some griefing, because despite not being able to put dynamite in the game, you can't create it on the server. You can't bring it in from anywhere else. However, you can craft a dynamite Minecraft or spawn one, which people have been using as stealth bombs throughout the entire server.
So they just run a minecart down full of dynamite and blow shit up.
Yeah, you can actually spawn a TNT minecart, which is actually a different entity entirely to just your standard TNT, which the
Indeed.
server rules are not allowing.
You thought they'd have figured that one out as well.
Yeah, and they are
And
saying,
that-
they're
we're
still
not
saying,
making one of them.
we support people doing this crazy shit, regardless of what our personal feelings are, because that's the whole point of you doing it. So they're still letting people change the world as they see fit.
Fair enough.
And America has liberated the fuck out of that server.
Do you want a global hardware by platform rundown for the week ending the 26th of April?
Feel free.
Go
That's
on,
now
numbers,
been
man.
announced from VGCharts.com. So, selling in last place on this list out of out of the 9 consoles they got listed, in 9th place, selling 10,138 units, was the original Wii. Squeaking
They're
ahead.
still selling?
Still selling. Squeaking ahead with 11,946 units sold that week was the PSP. Opening up with 29,978 units sold that week was the Wii U. Just ahead of that, with 30,999 units sold that week, was the Xbox 360. Following that, in 5th place with 42,612 was the PS Vita. In 4th place with 46,520 units sold was the PS3, oddly enough. So, in the top 3 we have the Xbox One with 79,524 units sold that week. Second place with 110,030 units sold was the 3DS. And with 127,248 units sold that week was the PS4. And in terms of global sales, the Xbox One is at 4.4 million, The PS4 is at 7.3 million. The Wii is still at 100 million and has been for quite some time. But that's the one that's way out ahead. But the only other contender up there is the 3DS with 44,280,000 units sold. Not too shabby.
Much console, so gaming. Wow.
Many units. Much game. So,
Small room filled with gay.
so gay. Hard gay.
Oh, so gay.
All of the gays. But yeah, it seems it's been a good week for game sales on the Microsoft consoles, though, because in the top 10 of actual software titles sold for the week ending the 26th of April, there was Microsoft owned 1, 2, 3. They own 4 of the top. No, they own 3 of the top 5, which isn't too bad. But Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment for the PlayStation Vita actually topped the charts for that week, beating every other software title available. Go figure.
Ew.
Never even fucking heard of it.
Nope.
What the shit is it? Channel, you're smart. Go and find out. Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment on the PlayStation Vita. It looks like a game of something. Go find out what it is.
Well, there's a lot of good stuff coming out on the Vita.
Yeah, what the hell?
We're getting the Sly Cooper trilogy coming out.
Yeah.
There are, over the next, the rest of 2014 and early 2015, there are 60 Sony Computer Entertainment games that will be coming out. Or being released, or having their release dates announced.
Do you know what I'm still waiting for?
What?
It's the re-release of Abe's Odyssey, and it's called New and Tasty.
Oh, wait, that's coming out quarter 3 or quarter 4.
I know, it's just so far away.
It's a while.
We're also finally getting a few more JRPGs on the little handheld.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because that's where the DS had the PSP beat last time round.
And so it's nice that they're going to hopefully turn the
We're
tables.
getting the roleplay
Pretty
love.
much.
Roleplay love.
What else? There's all sorts of shit coming out between half-decent, almost AAA titles and indie stuff coming out for the Vita over the next year. It's,
I like the way that almost AAA is kind of thrown in.
yeah.
Almost. Not quite, but almost.
The only...
Well, one thing I want to throw in as the end of the gaming news on my part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, TK's often talking about the Kick Feeder stuff.
Yeah.
We've got something that squeezed through on Indiegogo.
Oh, yes.
It's a sequel. It managed to hit its target just.
Yeah.
Well, I've done Indiegogo things. Why didn't you link me before, man?
And
He's slow.
it's an indie developer called Big D's Production, which was seeking 450,000 through Indiegogo to fund a spiritual sequel to Shaq Fu.
Oh, I've heard about that.
And they managed to do it.
They did it, yes.
So
How
this
the
information
hell
intrigues
did
me,
they
and I
do it?
must know more.
How the hell? Why would people want a sequel to Shaq Fu? As if the original wasn't bad enough. Now they're going to make a sequel based on the nostalgia of that badness. Therefore, it's going to be worse. What possessed people to think that?
Are these the same
That
people that threw
was
money
a
at the
good
Captain
idea.
Planet movie?
More than likely. I mean, it's not even like it's not like a re-release. It's a whole new game. I mean, at least when I funded Cheetah Men 2, I knew it was just going to be a NES cartridge that was coming out. Something that I would never be able to own, and therefore wouldn't mind just shedding a little bit of money for it so the real fans could get their hands on a copy. And I got my lovely little booklet things. My Cheetah Men 2 prizes.
Yes. Whereas with this one, you have an entire spiritual sequel called Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn, inspired by Streets of Rage and Devil May Cry.
Yay! Because that won't be terrible, will it? Ever.
Well, that's it for me on the gaming news. Anything to wrap up from Felis?
Switching back to the window. The FCC are going to be circulating the revised rules as to what they will and will not accept from broadband providers in the middle of this whole backlash from everywhere on the internet about what had been put forward before. You guys didn't hear about this at all?
I heard
No,
that
not really.
one ISP was actually limiting FCC's connection to their site to 28.8 kilobits per second.
As a protest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically going that where the FCC were going to be putting full classifying the internet in a way that let people pay to have priority over bandwidth.
Destroying net neutrality.
Yeah, or if a way that's if you play Mass Effect, they're pretty much setting it up to be the exact same way that the internet works in Mass Effect, where you pay for the largest amount of bandwidth and speed.
Yeah.
At this point now, the revised rules are saying that where is it? that the FCC will have to review any paid prioritization deals to make sure they do not unfairly disadvantage any other company.
So how's that going to be possible? Because surely by advantaging yourself, you're therefore disadvantaging someone else.
Unfairly disadvantage is the wording used there.
Anyone would say that being at a disadvantage would be unfair.
Yeah.
Well, if it's something that only they can do.
This is a sudden, very hasty rewrite to the rules that they had because the voting is going to be going ahead in 3 days' time.
Oh, so soon.
And yeah, that's when the original vote was going to be on the rules that they already had. Other commissioners for the FCC are recommending that the vote is delayed.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's still on the agenda at that point, it's okay because there's a public comment period, and then the rules can be revised again for a final vote later on.
I see.
Yeah, and it's basically only this year that things are fucked up. I mean, the net neutrality rules are put in place by the FCC in 2010, at which point telecoms company Verizon sued them by saying, you don't have the authority to regulate this shit, and this year an appeals court agreed with them, striking down the old FCC rules.
Okay.
Which is why they've now been trying to come up with a new set of rules that will actually pass the laws. So they're now trying to come up with prioritization that's what they call commercially reasonable.
I'm still not sure I like it.
Yeah.
Reasonable or not,
It sounds somewhat like the antithesis of what net neutrality is meant to accomplish.
Yeah.
But
Everyone
it's
is
something
equal.
where they've already had it declared in America that the way they do it is against the laws there. It's been gone through to appeals up to the highest circuits and then struck down. Because one telecoms company was going,
Yeah, because let's not forget, America is pretty much owned by large corporations. So one telecoms company could in fact fuck everything up for all of us.
The land of the free, if you have money.
Yeah. The land of
and
the hefty
justice
backhand.
and liberty for oil.
Although precedent is one of the most powerful things anyway in law, because we've seen over here, as soon as you get a legal precedent, suddenly everyone jumps on the bandwagon.
Yep, like all those dirty homos marrying. How dare they?
Oh, do you see? I think it's Arkansas had their law against gay marriage revoked by a state judge,
All right.
who actually ended it with the so ordered B, which is basically harkening back to the original Supreme Court ruling that said that black people were finally allowed interracial marriage was finally okay.
Ah.
So it's a case of nice little spin on history there for that judge.
A little throwback, shall we say.
Yeah, that's a little throwback.
A nod.
And a reminder.
As they say,
Well, that's pretty much it for the gaming news.
you should learn from history, lest you end up repeating it.
Do you have anything you
Oh.
want to have for the discussion topic?
A discussion topic. That's a very good point. Because I completely forgot all about
Something for
discussing.
us to discuss.
Us, and then to open up to the listeners, if they
Yeah.
wish to discuss something.
You could always poke Alex, he seems to have opinions.
I have opinions when they matter.
Alex,
Uh,
give us something to talk about.
Alex, Street Fighter, right? Yeah.
Street Fighter, right? Yeah. Before I was.
Oh god, Ultra.
Alex was
no.
playing Street Fighter.
No, I was,
today.
my fundamentals, fighting game talk now. My base, stats for fighting games are actually pretty shit. So, talking with the guys, they were basically they told me to go play ST, like Street Fighter 2, ST, Super Turbo. That's not possible because nobody plays that game. They do on the PC, but I don't have a stick for my PC. So instead, I then said Street Fighter 4 should be okay. They said yes, but there's a lot of bullshit in that game. Just play Ryu and it'll be okay, but it won't be as good. But it's a good place to start. So recently, I've just been playing a little bit of Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, even though I hate the game because there's some stupid shit in there. Just to learn my base,
Fundamentals.
yeah, and boost my stats up because my advanced stuff is okay. It's just my base shit is terrible. And so, I get beaten by people who have better base stats than me. Put simply.
And do you remember all the rage? Remember the rage? We got the rage back.
Which and many of the rages.
All of the rages.
No, I was raging a lot because Just because.
Homophobic.
Because he got beaten by the bellboy.
It was racist. It was hilarious.
Oh, the getting owned by other people on the fighting game rage.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, it's been a while.
It has. And it was a welcome return to Alex.
I think my microphone can wear my hat for a little while.
Yeah, I've taken mine off. My mix is wearing it at the moment.
I'll probably have the red
Anyway,
line of doom on my
where is
face.
this going in terms of discussion?
You wanted to talk
Oh, I
about
was just
something.
mocking Alex.
Oh, no, something that we can discuss. Like a debatey thing.
Oh, a debating thing, right. So,
To
not
fill
just,
time.
not just poking fun at Alex's rage. I see.
Oh, we can do that.
Do that anyway, but
We
moving
can
on.
discuss the nuances of his
I've
rages.
got a news topic, and this could lead to discussion. It could lead to anger. It could lead to Felix just rolling his eyes and tutting. I'll read the article as it is reported in Screw Attack, and then we shall discuss.
Alright, I'm just going to Google for naked pictures of Corey, so...
Okay. Oculus Rift, the forthcoming virtual reality headset, is an incredible piece of technology that has been gaining anticipation for finally offering users the immersive experience they've longed for. In terms of gaming, however, fans are still... Oh, hang on, I've scrolled the page slightly. Blah, blah, blah. Fans are still seeking all the information they can get. CEO Brendan Lieber? Say this word. No.
Word?
L-R-I-B-E.
L-R-I-B-E.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, no idea. But yeah, the CEO of Oculus Rift,
Laribe.
yeah, he discussed Oculus's own ambitious project, saying, "This is going to be a massively multiplayer online where we want to put 1 billion people in virtual reality." Though no further details were outed, he did go on to say that this MMO, in addition to breaking records, would likely not be one purely built for gamers. Comparing Game Boys to iPhones and Androids, where handheld gaming devices are largely disrupted by the mobile market, he feels, for VR, we want to go connecting 1 billion people. Do you want to be building a platform that has 1 billion users on it? Or 10 or 20 or 50 million? By saying this, many gamers' fears of the company striving towards a more social platform upon being acquired by Facebook have likely returned. Though he assures them that Oculus is very committed to gaming, citing the company as largely comprised of industry veterans in key positions, such as former id Software head John Carmack as CTO and former Valve programmer Michael Abrash.
Yeah, the Valve programmer is the guy that jumped ship as soon as he saw they had the huge amount of backing.
Yeah. And
And he got to see the contracts before he jumped over as well, so if he was one of the lead Valve VR guys who'd been helping them with the tech for the last couple of years...
But just to carry on easing fans' worries of the Facebook program simply being rehashed with VR, proclaiming Oculus and Facebook have the same goal of connecting people.
Well,
So,
yeah.
what do we think? Is 1 billion users a little too ambitious, even for Oculus? Or does it upset you from a gaming standpoint? Or
No,
would you be
'cause-
interested in giving a VR MMO a try, even if it isn't a game? From what I read from this, basically they're just trying to recreate PlayStation Home, but with VR. That's my take on
It's
it.
funny you say that because Simon Benson, the Sony Computer Entertainment Immersive Technology Group lead, also had a random little, thoughts on virtual reality this week.
Mhm.
In which he's very much of the opinion that, yeah, virtual reality is for everybody. It's not just for our games.
Not just for gamers.
And he said it's probably actually the most inclusive technology that we could have made.
Which is ironic, considering you're completely sealed off from everybody around you in a social
Yeah.
environment, in your own little world online. It's just your own little world, maybe everyone else's little world as well. Where
Which
could
is
this end?
amusing,
Yeah.
because
The
if
thing
you
is-
think about all the science fiction books and films that have fed into that idea, where virtual reality takes over from reality,
Second life becomes first life.
yeah,
Panic ensues.
And eventually the nerve hub will be made.
Massive giant wangs everywhere.
Oh god, the purple, the blue.
that's the one good thing. We'll
The
never see
lens
the
flare.
Matrix because of all the wang.
Yeah, that was the one way you
There'll
could
be
tell the Matrix was
forests
fake.
of Wang.
Shrink.
That's the only way you could tell the
Purple
Matrix
veiny
was
trunks
just a film.
swaying in the thick breeze.
Can't see the woods for the trees, if you know what I mean.
Can't see the wood for the wood, if you know what I mean.
All of the
Well,
woods.
I will say that with Facebook, then maybe they could get the number of people, but I don't think there'll be enough people who actually want everything that's being touted by it, because I can't see the demographic of older people wanting to use this.
It depends how easy the technology is to use in the end. I mean, a lot of older
And how
people
cheap it is.
want to use newer technology.
They just can't understand it, and they're scared of it because so.
That is pretty much the case, actually.
I mean, I use my dad as an example. He won't get a smartphone because he doesn't understand how to use them, and he doesn't want to have to learn.
My grandparents, from both those schools of thought, actually, my grandfather hates technology with a passion. Because he can't understand it, he doesn't see a use for it, he gets frustrated with all the shit he's got to do to make a phone call on a smartphone, from his point of view.
Yeah.
Whereas my grand's the sort of person that buys a new tablet or phone or laptop or something and uses it until she sees something else that's shiny and new and she really wants to try it out. So she'll just throw away the old stuff and buy some new.
Well, it's not just that I'm coming from, it's also the sheer fact that you're talking something that is hugely reliant on your ability to have visual acuity. And older generation don't necessarily have it. I don't have it because my eyesight's going. I mean, how do you honestly target a bunch of people who have to wear glasses?
I think they've already made comments about that, trying to make sure it to still work, have enough room for it to work properly if you've got the glasses on.
I'm not entirely sure because I've
It's
tried
like the
these
teething issues with 3D, where they were trying to figure out how to make goggles that would work if you've got glasses on and still be comfortable.
How about if a person can afford one of those headsets, they can afford contacts?
No, they can't, because they bought one of those fucking headsets.
Now they can't afford contacts anymore.
Or food.
But it's a personal choice though, because contacts are.
The problem is you then got that problem where you can't try to make it so it will work with everybody no matter what.
Well,
I mean,
surely they could have a little a section of glass between the screen and your eyes, which acts as a kind of built into the console lens, so that your glasses prescription.
they had talked with the
be
goggles
slightly
that are
modified.
with the two different screens, actually managing to adjust them much in the same way that you have your lenses adjusted for a prescription.
Yeah. So I don't see why they can't adapt either the lens. Or
But
the lens
that would
inside
also
the
require
prescription.
you knowing all those little numbers for your prescription for each eye and have to put those into a program, letting it adjust everything else on the fly, which...
Well, surely you could just take your glasses to your optician and say, if this ever becomes a big popular thing, just say, I need Rift lenses to this prescription. Make it happen, bitch. Yeah, because that would be kind of awesome. Or just get your prescription, whatever it is, from your optometrist or whatever they are, and just plumb that into the Oculus headset and let the screens do the work.
But that would assume that it's gotten that popular. I mean, what would it take to get that popular?
Well, if they want to connect 1 billion people via Facebook or whatever, then 1 billion
Well, it
people
doesn't
is a
even
lot
have
of
to be
people.
through Facebook. I mean, both Sony and Oculus have both said, there's the applications for the virtual reality headsets go so far beyond gaming as to the shit
Yeah.
that we could do with it.
I mean,
What, like the Sony 3D TVs?
no, I mean, think about it. Some people.
Well, it's just a case of, there's a series of very, they're actually fairly popular for a niche game, but they're basically incredibly detailed recreations of certain major cities around the world, and you get to manage the traffic in them. The gameplay element is just that, managing the traffic systems, but most people buy them because the games themselves are so detailed in the street layouts, the textures they've used on the buildings. There's also photorealistic representation of the city a new system can run it, and people actually buy it, just sort of wander around the towns.
And some people have been mooting the idea of things like a surgeon simulator, where you could be holding your virtual tools, like renditions of tools in your actual hands, and have them recreated on the headset, so that what you did in the real world would then be translated to what you can see on the screen, and you can perform virtual operations for trainee doctors.
Yeah, I mean,
I can never see that passing any governing body.
Yet, give it 5-10 years, you never know.
well, you'd be surprised.
The speed technology moves. There's no reason why it shouldn't.
Google Glass is already being tried out in quite a few operating theatres as a way to give students, some first-person knowledge without actually having to be in the theatre.
And here's the colon.
Yeah, or for doctors in the operating theatre, or if they're wandering around, to actually be able to pull up certain bits of information that they need.
Or to get doctors in there connected to specialists who can't make it there, so the specialists can kind of guide them through it.
Well, augmented reality, I can understand because we've yet to see that fill out.
They're also starting to design tanks around VR tech now. Because even if you're in a really small, say, Abrams or something like that, to be able to see properly in the tank, you still have to have somebody out in the turret. And they're now starting to think, well, we can actually now just implant cameras on hard points and
Use the Oculus
not
Rift.
sacrifice, any sort of defensive abilities there.
Yeah.
Well, it's been chucked into the Facebook page to discuss Oculus Rift, a billion users to ambition. So if you've got a thought, go down to
Not
our
just
Facebook
Oculus
page
Rift,
at
VR
Tiger
in
Tails Radio,
general.
Yeah, VR in general.
and chuck some thoughts on.
Two fish are in a tank. Lights of the other. Who the fuck is driving this thing?
Felis.
Two nuns
Any
on a
new
bar.
kick Felises?
Hang on. Two nuns on a bar. One of them says, where's the soap? The other says, yes, it does, doesn't it?
That's an oldie but a goodie. And yes, kick
Moving
Felis or Felis
on.
starter.
Let's bring up the other set. So let's go through
How
previous
bad is
ones
Amplitude
quickly.
not doing?
I'll do that one first then. Amplitude has 11 days to go, and they've reached $208,000 of their $775,000 goal.
Not looking good, but then it was only an 18-day long campaign. So
It was.
200,000 in what, 7 days?
Yeah, they've updated the tiers and trying to get incentivize people to go out on the social medias and pimp the fuck out of this.
So why do they only have a 20-day instead of a 30-day?
It was an 18-day.
18-day instead of a 30-day
Because they
campaign?
said, we've got people ready to work on this now, we need to do it quickly if it's going to get done at all.
Ah.
In other words, it looks like Harmonix have some other projects in the pipeline in the not too distant future.
Yeah.
So reading between the lines, watch this space at E3 or whichever gaming thing is just after E3. Because there may be new Harmonix news coming.
Pixel Noir sadly failed. They only reached 1/3 of their 97,000 goal.
Who is that?
Pixel Noir,
Oh, Pixel Noir.
yeah, because that looks fun. But they are saying that they are still going to be pushing forward to get the game developed.
So maybe there's room for another kind of crowdsourcing thing later on.
Yeah, I know they got a surprising number of people that pledged their spoken support.
Because that's worth all the money in the world.
It can be sometimes. It just wasn't
as long
enough
as your
for
spoken
this.
support has spoken to people with actual real money. On the thought of actually formally kickstarted things that failed but succeeded, Street Fighter Assassin's Fist,
Yeah.
now sponsored by Honda, which is why it was taken off Kickstarter because it was failing miserably there, is coming out in the end part of May. I think it's something like the 23rd or something, streaming on Machinima on YouTube. And the new trailer came out a couple of days ago and looks amazing! And I want to see the whole thing now because, god damn it, Street Fighter Assassin's Fist, fucking awesome! I hope the trailer looks good. The trailer looks really good, and I want it. So
Yes.
happy for that. And you can carry on, Ophelis.
Carrying on. Sorry, I was just checking on things. Storium. Oh boy, they finally closed the Kickstarter 4 days back.
Yeah.
Did it
With just over 10 times their goal.
What?
So they won.
Yes.
Wow.
Apparently, people really dig the idea of shared storytelling online,
Excellent.
as they fucking should.
God damn right.
So when are we doing this, Felix?
Well, this. Well, I can invite you guys to the base any damn time I want.
See, Felix is holding out on us, TK.
He keeps on saying he will, but he never does.
Yeah, I know. He's just doing it
still
with
gotta put
Celine.
the
Just
shit
him and
together.
Celine have their own little story.
I know. And what's the rest of us? Our story is just misery and exclusion.
Yeah.
Hey,
And you've got a
that's
computer
really
right in
good
front of you now.
conflict.
We're like Slytherin to his Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Oh, please,
Seriously,
you guys are
computer
more
in
like
front of you.
Hufflepuff. Okay, do you know what's actually technically worse than Hufflepuff? Ravenclaw,
Gryffindor?
because they barely ever get a fucking mention anywhere, do they?
Yeah, at least Hufflepuff get ribbed for being Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Ravenclaw's getting
Ravenclaw's
ignored.
just...
I am
Oh, yeah, you guys exist. We forgot about that.
You're so deliciously average that we totally forgot you existed. Welcome to the norm.
Going on a Heartforth Alicia, 3 days to go, and yeah, they've got 190,000 nearly of their 60,000 they needed.
3 times.
Yeah,
Not too bad then.
I'm a bit iffy about this one. I think the age of that styled pixel art games that aren't indie are over. I know they're indie,
don't know. Yeah.
but
Of course, to celebrate all of this, they have added a new tier where you can get it for many, many consoles. Because they finally hit that stretch goal.
Hooray.
So, as well as a PC, OS X/Linux of the game, you will also get, once you manage your pledge, the console version of your choosing.
Ooh.
Sega Sat.
So PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita.
And you will get these 3 years into the future if you remember that you brought it.
Yeah, well, the next stretch goal is the Nintendo Wii U and then the Nintendo 3DS.
I'd like to point out Mighty Number 9.
Yeah.
Releasing later on this year.
I'm not. Is it really
the
later
Vita.
on this year?
On the Vita.
Actually, later on. I
Yeah,
thought it was
it's
next year.
it's in the release list for the Vita. It might be in early 2015 was
Yeah,
the...
I believe 2015, and that was last year. So people, I know people who have donated for Mighty Number 9. I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there have.
It's
But
still...
it's easy to forget that you've donated and then nothing. You know,
It is. I
2 years
just
happened.
suddenly sat there looking at the PlayStation Vita release lists for the next year and a bit, and I sat there going, Soul Saga, what does that stand for? I kickstarted that
Yep.
last summer!
That's the thing. You kickstart it, and then it takes such a long time that you've completely forgotten all about it, and it comes along and you go, "It's
That's kind
familiar."
of, I actually still do get the updates when the developer's talking about stuff that he's doing and going, hey, we've revamped some of the character designs, this is what they look like now. And all that other stuff. And I backed Cosmic Star Heroine, and they've been posting loads of development screenshots of that.
Oh, that's nice.
Anything new from the kit?
Anything new? Well, we still got from last week James Masters' Dragon Warriors, which he describes as Lord of the Rings meets The Princess Bride. 6 days to go, and they actually have 120,000 of the 200,000 they needed. Bear in mind they're at about 80,000 when we checked last week. They might still make it.
Yeah, it's doable.
Yeah,
You got to remember that a lot of donations are made at the end of
there
Okay.
is, and
Kickstarters.
even though it's not his personal project, James Master has been going out and pimping the fuck out of it.
Moving on.
Because he's a fun guy. And the new Kickstarter this week, which I've got to get the link to TK for.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what you were mentioning earlier. For some reason, I was like, "Why?"
Yeah,
are
it's
they're just going to.
Shiness by Unis Interactive.
Oh yes, I saw you mentioned that earlier.
We did see the trailer.
Shiners.
It's Shiness. I think
Shinies.
they pronounced it as Shiness in the
Shiny.
trailer. For some odd reason, the trailer was in Japanese, even though it's by a French team.
What is it?
Oh,
It's a role-playing game by an indie team.
Descriptive
which-
words.
yeah.
Descriptive
It's a
words.
role-playing game by an indie team who have made something that looks incredibly polished for what they call as a working alpha at the moment. But it's an action RPG, and they've basically gone, we want all the best bits of stuff like Chrono Cross and all of the most exciting parts of the Dragon Ball fighting games.
Oh
and
no.
that.
no. There's definitely one thing I see in this Kickstarter that I am not a fan of straight away.
What?
Learn a brand new language created just for the game.
Oh, that.
Oh, right, so it wasn't
Why?
Japanese they're speaking in the thingy.
Why?
Albed.
Why?
Albed.
No. That's not. Okay, Albed isn't actually a language. It is a cipher.
That's true.
But
Yeah, technically speaking, he is. Yeah, right.
but if it is a new language, that's stupid. Why should? If you have
Because
to,
tokenism.
if you have to
Yeah, all the
actually learn
Tolkien
this
fans hate you
language,
now.
yeah. If you actually have to learn this language for the game, that's stupid.
They don't actually have much more details on the language bit.
No.
But-
So that could be okay. It could be
It
bad.
is your standard 3D overworld style, and it looks like the fight scenes go into a. It loads up a small arena in-game world. It's like Crisis Core.
I liked Crisis Core.
Yeah, where you suddenly go in and suddenly a small section here is, blocked off, and you've got enemies that will spawn. And it seems to go for a, press your standard striking attack buttons, and then every so often you can either charge up an attack or use a special move, which gives you a mini quick time thing.
Mash strike to win the game.
I don't know, it looks slightly more involved in that, because whilst you're charging an attack, you're kind of very vulnerable.
So it's
We
rock paper
shall
scissors.
see.
The game.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
It's your standard
Chapter
game
linked.
where long, long ago, every race lived together in peace and harmony. They're all linked by the Force. I mean, the She. And as the civilization started to grow, the She started to dwindle, which then led to a war between everybody.
And
Clone
everything.
Wars?
She.
Yeah, so it's like the War of the Magi again. Magi. So basically, because everybody was fighting over a dwindling resource, the whole planet got fucked up. The planet went, guys, no more power for you. And the whole world got destroyed and became, each civilization got trapped on
Asteroids.
their own part of the globe.
A bit like Tales of Eternia, where there are two
So
worlds.
you got the several races that now live there: the Waki, the
Elves.
Shelks, the question mark,
Dwarves.
the human. There's very much a Dust and Legion Tales vibe for most of the characters there. But you also have your human characters as well as your random Anthro fairy types.
Why do they look really good?
What? Especially for a 14-person French indie team. Oh no, Alex hasn't seen the trailer, has he?
I'm going to say 2 words explain why it looks really good. Cell shading.
Is it cel shading?
Yeah,
You
the
can
whole
cut
game is
so many
cel-shaded.
corners.
You can cut a lot of corners, and also you can stop it from getting dated quite as easily.
Because cel shading gives it its own art style, but it
Yeah.
doesn't really because it gives
And
it a
it
cel
makes
shaded
it
art style.
timeless.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the character design you're using with it. If you're just doing the same blandy, cel-shady thing as another game, the characters kind of look the same as well, then
Yeah,
It
cel
works
shading.
in some games, it
Yeah.
really doesn't work in others.
It's very delicate.
I mean,
yeah.
Inakuni, I don't really like the art style. That's again cell shaded,
Yeah.
but I find it
I mean,
really doesn't.
Well,
work
let's say
in
cel
its
shading is an
favour.
aesthetic rather than art style. I mean, if you look at, let's say, Tales of Vesperia and Blue Dragon, they are both cel shaded games, but they actually do look different enough that you're not really going to confuse one for the other from a
Yeah, hope.
couple of screenshots. I hope. Yeah.
Well, if you want to check the link in channel and show notes, we'll let our listeners and viewers decide
Yep.
whether or not they're interested in this
I'm
one.
working on the show notes now. Don't worry. Because show notes. But this does lead us quite happily from the kick feelers into the next section of the
Oh,
show.
yeah, I was going to quickly say as well.
Oh, go on then.
They're halfway to their initial goal with no stretch goals in mind yet.
Yet.
It will be available on Mac and PC, and there's 26 days to back it.
And no sign yet of any console launch release of things.
No, but they are intending it originally to be a transmedia thing where there is going to be a accompanying comic.
Right.
They want to release it on PlayStation 4 as a stretch goal.
Oh no, yeah, they've now added their first stretch goal. That's happened since a couple of hours ago when me and TK looked at the page.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on to our
Moving
next
on.
section, which is of the Duns and Dusteds.
It's that time where the cast of TigerTails Radio reviews stuff badly. This is Done and Dusted.
And it is done and dusted, he said, not completely flowing the English language honest. And for this week, I will be covering the Eurovision.
So we do not have to worry for the rest of the show, people.
Yeah, you do.
What the fuck, I've been dying for a
'Cause
smoke.
I totally wasn't paying much attention during Eurovision until my song came on.
Again, the last time I paid attention to Eurovision was when Lordy won.
That was 2006.
Oh, yeah.
hell.
Random
Thank you.
I
knowledge.
was only active for Eurovision during the years 2008 to 2011.
That seems oddly specific.
Oh,
Here's that
yeah.
chick in
No, no,
all
no,
the
no.
Ukraine dance
2000
videos afterwards.
2007 to 2011.
Okay.
So I know a lot about those years.
So, you know after Lordy won, but you don't know much about before or about much after modern times.
No.
I see. So,
yeah.
well, are you covering anything for Done and Dusted this week?
Did I do Infamous?
Yes.
No, wait.
No. Yeah. No. Actually,
No, he's been
busy.
playing it.
That's true.
He mentioned that he'd been playing
really.
it, but we hadn't had anything for it.
Then I can do Infamous, I suppose.
Infamous 2's second, Infamous Second Son, isn't it?
Yep.
Let's have a look. Yeah, last week you covered Moscow State Circus.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it.
Wait, you
Wow.
got anything
I-
for Done and Dusted?
I have
not
Stick It
as
to the Man.
such.
And yeah, Pete has Stick It to the Man.
Oh
because
god.
He's been playing that on Alex's PS4.
Oh god.
Ah,
Hey, at least my PS4 is getting used.
At least it was free on PlayStation Plus.
Yep.
Go then.
So, do you want to start then with the long one, which is going to be Eurovision?
No, I'll do that one last because I'm currently typing up the show notes and stuff.
Then Pete, you're
for the
gonna have the
website.
shortest one here, so you go for it.
Stick it to the man, man.
Stick It to the Man. Stick It to the Man Interesting little game. It is free on PlayStation Plus, as mentioned. PS4 game. I'm assuming it's also on Steam. And it's a very interesting idea. You are a random character that I can't remember the name of, who was walking home from the hard hat testing factory, gets hit on the head by this thing dropped out of a plane made of paper, because the entire world is made of paper and stickers.
Yep.
And an alien crawls inside your head.
Yeah, as they do.
Yep. Whereupon you have the dream sequence, and suddenly you then discover you have a spaghetti arm out of your head that can read minds, pull stickers off, manipulate the world. Oh yeah, and by the way, your walk to work and home is a platformer.
As you do.
And that sums it up.
It's platform with point-and-click puzzle elements.
Oh god, yeah.
That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, it's an interesting style because it's paper-like characters, paper-like background. You interact with your arm to find stickers, manipulate people's heads, and then throw stickers on things. And there's a bit of platforming, which is average. The comparison I made a bit was Little Big Planet styly because it was a little bit floaty and a little bit of that. You could walk into the scene and walk out of the scene a little bit. So there's the 3D element. The gags are hilarious and sometimes stupid. But the biggest problem is this literally is an old school point and click adventure where you just find things and then apply them to something else until it works. And that's it. No logical thought needed whatsoever.
Okay.
And that's the biggest problem.
It's illogical, Captain.
Yeah, it's illogical. I didn't need to think. And I just threw things together to see if it would work. It did. I moved on. The story is funny. The images can be funny. But it's not what I would call engaging at all.
But that argument, though, could surely be made about any point-and-click adventure where you don't really pay much attention to what you have in your inventory. You just rub it against everything in the blind hope an interaction will happen and you've solved a puzzle.
Yeah, let's take
Well,
Monkey Island as a good example of that.
Sorry, that just sounded like someone just quoted Yahtzee in. What?
But this is the thing. It's not quite that.
Yeah, you did. Almost verbatim.
Plagiarism.
Yeah.
My God, we watch too much.
That man is insidious.
But here's the problem. It's not quite old school Monkey Island style adventure. It's more literally you are just finding things and going click, click, click. Monkey Island had some thought. You had the duel of sarcasm. You had the spitting contest that could be completed in 3 or 4 different ways.
Oh, you mean the insult duels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these were basic set pieces. It wasn't part of the, like, that's what I call day-to-day gameplay in it. These were very much segments. They weren't part of the main kind of wandering and puzzling. That was still very much, what do I have in my inventory today? Oh, I'm stuck here. Let's just apply everything and see if we get to trigger the next active event. Yeah, you got down to these kind of the insult wars and things like that, but they weren't the staple so much as set pieces.
Well, you worked up towards them because often they were like the chapter enders. If you play the game once, you would know you're working up to that, and you would try and figure out the best way to complete that.
Oh, yourself.
Whereas with this, there's nothing like that.
But then you could levy the same complaint against things like Sam Max Hits the Road, or the Broken Sword Mongology.
Yeah.
Because
I would
those
never
games are now.
complain against Sam Max Hits the Road.
Sam
I
Max,
completed that by rubbing things together.
yeah, or Day of the Tentacle.
I completed that by rubbing things together.
Yeah. Fucking hard as nails
You can
games.
complete a lot of things by rubbing them together.
Well, this is how people are made. A man and a woman are rubbed together.
With the monkey, and that unlocks the door.
And then suddenly Alex appeared.
I think I need to go and be sick somewhere. Just the thought of a man and a woman rubbing together. I mean, ew.
With a monkey.
Oh, no, the monkey's just there for kind of,
Comic relief.
yeah.
It actually works in reverse if you're morph. You get 2 of morph and rub them together, and you just have 1.
But my big problem is
That
this
explains the grin.
game is very much stupid. I mean, it's got funny, it's got humour, but it's not trying to be clever. It's not trying to make you think about puzzles. Even the platforming elements weren't that great, and most of the time there's no real loss if you get killed, which is nice in some ways. But you just repeat the same random platform thing until you figure out the quickest way to avoid the bad guys. And I played for a while, but then I put it down, and as soon as I walked it away, I've not gone back to play it.
In all fairness, you didn't get time loss because we spent too much time playing Minecraft.
You get
Yeah,
games
they were
like
bad.
that sometimes, though, where you start playing and it's addictive as all hell for 40 odd hours, and you put it down, and then you go, "I'd really be fucked to pick that up."
Yeah, like wow.
Yeah, but that's,
Or
but that's the thing.
my-
I mean,
the last
I
few
completed
Pokemon
Sam
games
Max.
for
I
that have
completed
been-
the Tentacle.
Yeah, I only completed Dead Tentacle with the guide because fuck that game and its logic. Fuck, that's so hard in all of its
is it like
places.
Phoenix Wright 1 logic?
No, because you could at least decipher Phoenix 1 logic.
No, you can't. It's like, maybe it's it's this stupid thing. Stupid! You literally, like Phoenix, stumble upon the answer in Phoenix Wright games.
Through many, many reloads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stick it to the man that there aren't so many reloads because it is
No,
quite
it's very
kind
quick.
with its depth.
Or in my case, I just turned off the health meter for Phoenix Wright. And even then, it's a case of I've reasoned my way with logic and facts and actual thinking through. And why is this piece of evidence not admissible?
That doesn't work until you get to the end of the case, unfortunately, where Phoenix then goes, "Oh shit, I stumbled upon the answer. Blag, 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 blag."
True fact, those developers went on to make the interrogation scenes for L.A. Noire.
Did they?
Shocking.
No, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
Wouldn't
Anyway,
surprise
stick it
anyone.
to the man.
Osis.
It was enjoyable in terms of the humour and because it was in front of me. It wasn't something that I would go back to, and I certainly wouldn't recommend it unless it's the closest I could say to maybe a popcorn game. You can play it, you eat a bag of popcorn, and then you finish, and that's it. You know, it's not something that I would heartily recommend to our listeners.
Aw.
So it's kind of like a video game version of The Wolverine.
Well, I can probably watch the Wolverine again. If you told me to play Stick It to the Man again, I'd punch you in the face.
Really?
So it wasn't even enjoyable when you're going through it then.
I can just about enjoy the Wolverine. Stick It to the Man.
Yeah,
The
hello.
humour's funny, but I don't think I could play it a second time just for the humour. It's not that worth it.
You see, for me, what was most off-putting about it was the art style and the graphics. The graphics were solid, in its credit. The style they went with, want to not use the pun, but they kind of stuck to it. But for me, it just wasn't very appealing. It was that kind of slightly grungy, comic-y look where it looks horribly dated before it's even released.
Yeah.
And that kind of turned me off. And while the comedy in some places was absolutely top-notch, the random logic used in other things was like, I was sitting there going, I'm glad I'm not playing this, because I would never figure this shit out, even if I was just randomly rubbing every inventory item against everything else in the blind hope I'd manage to unlock the next bit of the puzzle. Because some of it was just ridiculously retarded. I mean, there's an
You know what
adventure with
happens when you
teeth.
just rub against every item, right?
The police are called normally.
No, that's where the clutter comes from in Hunt the Item games.
But yeah, that's it for Stick It to the
I
Man.
generally tend to develop a rash.
You have Infamous Second Son.
Oh, that as well, yeah.
Review.
Infamous Second Son. Okay. I've been playing it recently. I say recently, it was about last week. But I had a good sit down. I think I completed 3/5 of the game, I believe. I'm on the second island out of 2. And from what I've played so far, beginning of the game, it's quite interesting. The fact that your guy is powerless, and until he stumbles upon somebody else with a power, and it turns out that he is a conduit for other powers. And so, you know, your traditional Peter Parker sort of, I can take everybody else's power, basically, character.
So he's a bit like Sylar, but he can't use them all together. He has to be one or the other.
No, that is Peter Parker. No, not Peter,
Peter
Parker.
Petrelli.
Peter
Peter
Petrelli.
Petrelli, yeah.
Sorry.
It's like, 'cause Peter Parker wasn't he?
Spider-Man.
No,
Yeah.
you know who I meant. I forget if that series is so old.
I didn't.
And they've now
I
actually
totally
changed a little bit of the infamous from, instead of like the classical Greek element, it's now literal elements.
What?
What?
Part of that thing they're trying to do for the powers was we're going to move away from the classical Greek elements in Infamous 2. That's what we're talking about, right? Yes. And they're sat there going, yeah, we based this more on like real elements this time.
Smoke.
There's
Well,
not
sat there
really...
going, is there actually some an unonium conduit around out there who just hasn't been able to activate his power?
It's not really elements so much as a thing.
Yeah.
Like a normal superhero, like, you know, a blood sorcerer, I suppose.
A normal superhero.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that happens to the main guy in this world, which is set after Infamous 2, the good ending, where Cole dies. Conduits, or as they're called, bioterrorists, are generally hated by everybody because they are hunted down by this organization called the DUP.
Dup.
But they hunt down everybody and they make them all out to seem like evil things for some reason. I don't know why yet, really.
The killing of innocent people, the mass chaos that you cause as you walk through the streets.
That's
Yeah,
your
but that's not
playthrough.
even the worst thing. You think about the kinds of conduits that have, powers like, instantaneous travel and shit. Those are the kinds that you can't stop from planting a bomb anywhere.
But
the sort of...
you say that, but then you'll do good stuff, and then they'll report it on the news as you doing horrible things, or they'll twist the story to basically propaganda for the DUP.
Yeah, like
Well, yeah.
1 and 2 in Infamous.
Yeah. And you play through this. You encounter this woman in your home village of Indian Americans. Who,
Basically, the DUP are actually G-Man version of Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this bitch who's hunting
The
conduits,
editor from Spider-Man.
who one escaped and you got the powers from, comes to your village thing and concretes everybody up with her concrete powers to interrogating them. And they're like, you being a conduit have super-powered healing, so you're fine. But everybody else in your village is slowly dying. And so main character decides, okay, I have to do something about this because it's my fault.
Thank God for acquired secondary powers.
Oh yeah.
And so he gets his brother to come along with him, who is a bit sketchy about his powers as well, because he's like,
he's a cop, so
yeah, he's a cop, and he's always like, oh, we'll get you sorted out, we'll get you fixed. Your main character, who I
Can't have you breeding.
kind of don't like him sometimes, but he did mention that he is got a
He's
very,
reasonable.
he's got a
He's
good
the voice
script.
of reason.
He has a good script, right? If the script wasn't good, he'd be a hateable character.
yeah.
But his like one-offs and his sort of like shit. What's it when you bounce off wordplay?
Riffing.
Riffing, that's it. Yeah, he's really good at that. So that helps the character actually a lot because I've sort of warmed to him now.
I was gonna call him Cole then. Cole's replacement. What's his fucking name?
Nate.
What game you play as?
Nate.
Copy pasta.
Is it Nate? I thought it began with D.
Denson.
Yeah, Denson.
Yeah.
Because you look in the trailers and you go, he could either be really fun to play as, or just an obnoxious, irritating prick. And just as I was watching Alex play, I found him really an entertaining character.
Oh, the character's fantastic.
And I thought I was really going to hate him, but actually, no. Give him his credit. This is actually quite well done. I'm enjoying this.
And he's still an asshole, but I like him.
Yeah, he's a likable asshole.
Yeah.
Well, he's more of a cock than an asshole. Because he has these wonderful ideas, and he goes off and implements them. But it's a case of, but that's stupid. No, it'll be fine. We'll save people.
Yeah, I'm a fucking bioterrorist now. Everything's good.
Yeah, he's always going
Conrad.
about I'm super powered. I can do stuff now. He'll save people. I'm a hero. Goes on about his superhero name and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that was hilarious.
But people
Oh,
because he but like
They're
makes
calling me Banner Man. That's so lame.
But
I got a giggle at that.
gameplay wise, I think the free running aspect, the parkour aspect, is hella improved from 1 and 2. Whereas now your powers allow you to traverse quite nicely.
Yeah, instead of bitching at not being able to grab hold of that concave street lampy thing, you can now just sort of smoke your way into vents and pop out the other side.
Yeah. You negate the free running.
Yeah.
You can neon
Yeah.
run up walls. It's
You
quite
don't
nice.
so much as free run as you do use your powers to get around, which is cool. It really is cool.
In surprising different ways. The movement in this game is actually a lot more varied than the combat is when you compare it to the last game.
Yeah. Each power has a different method of transportation. I've been told concrete is the worst.
Duh.
And once you get neon, just
Yeah, we're in the
you don't
game.
need anything else ever again. You win.
No, you're talking about video.
Might be
Video.
Yeah, video is apparently the really strong, ridiculous.
No, it's
Because
neon is one that
seems
gives you an infinite
absolutely
sprint.
foul.
Neon is one that gives you an infinite sprint thing.
Yeah, but video. Have you seen video?
Yeah, but for the missions we've got to chase somebody down, apparently neon is the only way to go for the infinite awesome.
Yeah,
Unless you've got to be stealth. And then we're Alex.
Hell,
Stealth.
I'm going to stand in the middle of the courtyard.
Oh, they've seen me. Oh.
Yeah, but you've seen my style of play. I like playing.
He
Bullets
goes
in my
dangerously.
face. Shoot me. Shoot
Play
me now.
Assassin's Creed 4. Oh, you got to sneak up and kill this guy. Nope. I'll just walk up with my swords out and kill this guy
and stab him up in the face.
because
But
I'm a
there's
pirate.
difference between Assassin's Creed 4. That works.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm really enjoying Assassin's Creed 4, watching everyone play that. It's been quite entertaining.
But yeah,
Oops.
gameplay wise, it's incredibly fun. All the powers are actually different. They feel different. They're definitely unique. Other than from what I've seen, every power has their sort of special heavy bomb sort of thing. So smoke has a smoke missile. Neon has a neon beam. It's basically the same thing, but a different application of it.
It's basically that most of the moves are the same from the last time, but we have nicer
Different.
particle effects for them.
Yeah, different effects, which is nice.
And some of them are now obviously rules, slightly different roles. Like for your long range attacks, neon is your snipey, quickie ones, and some of the other ones have got more of a
Say that.
spread or bigger boom.
But there's no cover. No
that's
cover
that's
mechanics
fine.
whatsoever.
Well,
Your movement options are so much better than they were in
The-
Infamous 1 and 2.
the new, which is funny that there's no cover, which is ironic because the entire combat design team were actually recruited from guys who'd worked almost exclusively on first-person shooters.
So what there's no cover then? They're probably sick of it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't blame them. I welcome there not being cover mechanics. I think it's just so shit. There's just cover mechanics for the sake of having cover mechanics.
Because then it's just cover, return fire. Cover, return
Yeah.
fire. Oh, this is thing.
Whereas Infamous, it makes you want to feel more like, more like you're taking an active part in the fight. I mean, you go in there, beat someone up, and then get out, sort of thing.
Yeah, leg it quick because you're getting the shit shot out of you.
Yeah, which makes more sense for a superhero rather than I hide behind the wall, I shoot him a couple of times, hide behind the wall. It's more sense to go, okay, I use my, my super run to run up to a guy, take him out, and then run off round the corner, take out another guy popping out.
And
Which
then
is
run
awesome.
away and breathe for a few minutes
Yeah.
and suck your thumb when you heal.
What I do
Like
like
Alex was
is
trying to.
is that every power gives you a different melee style. You use a chain in smoke, neon is a sword, I believe, like a laser sword. I haven't seen concrete and video. I think I have seen video, which is I think is another sword sort of thing, but different.
I was actually in a discussion with somebody and they're going, but neon is just pure light. That's how is that able to knock anybody down? I was like, You- my brain just went. You don't believe that light has mass? What?
Neon doesn't exist.
What?
Dare you impugn one of the noble gases? So
Yeah, it does exist. It's on the periodic table of elements.
No, I
dude.
know that's basically.
yeah,
what
that's
they're
why I made the
saying.
joke about unanonium earlier.
Aluminum.
Unanonium.
It does seem very small though for the game.
Yeah, There's a lot of side missions and stuff, but I think it will get a bit repetitive. It's more of a you can do this to complete everything. Because you do your side missions and stuff, and they like to free up the area from DUP control.
Yeah.
And then you get a showdown against the DUP. You beat them,
Which means
take
chopper.
back control. Well, no, it could mean mass force. I do like that so far. Every time you have a showdown with DUP, you have to spray a billboard to get their attention, basically, as a big fuck you to them. This huge billboard, and then phones the emergency line every time, and makes like some sort of quip about how his art is amazing, or this handsome young man is vandalizing the art, or something. It was actually amusing. I thought it would be stupid, but it works for some reason.
So, did you enjoy playing so far?
Did you enjoy playing so far? Have I
Yes,
enjoyed
you
playing so far? Yes, I have enjoyed playing so far.
There's one question I had.
I'll go for it.
Loads of people have sat there with the arguments that are going, it's a great game, but Denton's a character where if you took away all of his powers, then he's not actually that interesting as a character.
No, he'd still be like your typical cocky, tries to do the right thing guy. That's the important thing. Evil or good, he is trying to do the right thing. It's just different
Oh,
ways
so
of doing it.
he's the confident, sure street top who secretly has a heart of gold.
No, he doesn't really have a heart of gold. I mean, for example, one of the options I was given was to corrupt somebody. That's not a heart of gold. It's more like it's neutral evil, where they aim for their own purpose.
I think that's
Well, would you
true
recommend
neutral.
the game to our listeners?
I would. If you have a PlayStation 4, it's probably the only game out worth buying.
On the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Oh, exclusively PS4.
Yeah, exclusive.
Because Assassin's Creed is fucking good fun to watch. I don't know how good it is to play because I've been watching you lot play it instead. So, but that looks fucking good, and it's on PS4 as well,
Yeah.
as well as many other consoles.
Fuck that game. Why is it so good? It shouldn't be good.
It shouldn't be as good as it is.
Yeah.
And the map is huge.
So
Fuck.
That's Infamous Second Son by Alex.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to move on to TK with Eurovision.
Yeah, the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah.
And it was all interesting this year because this year was the first time that juries and the public have had a say.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whilst we're talking about Eurovision,
yeah.
without being offensive to you, I will go and do things like make tea.
Yeah, I'm not offended.
Yeah. Yay.
No, the waving of the cup.
Right. My hat shall take my place.
Yeah, it's your hat, because it would probably provide more conversation during this section. That wasn't the most terrifying thing I've seen in a while, honest.
Eurovision.
Eurovision
record
Song
team.
Contest. So, on Saturday night at 8 PM, myself and Xavier tuned in to Graham Norton, and Xavier didn't fall asleep throughout the entire contest. Well, at least I didn't hear any snoring anyway. But the one time he silently slept. And we watched 26 countries sing a bit of a song while dinner cooked.
I wouldn't comment too much, TK.
Why not?
I like the part where
Somebody
TK.
did fall asleep in front of the TV.
Yeah. But I was
Yes, he
listening.
did.
I wasn't asleep, my eyes were resting. I was listening
That's
to all
what
the
my
song.
photographic evidence will prove.
I like the part where TK actually says the exact time we started watching Eurovision as well.
That's because we were doing stuff, and then 8 o'clock rolled around, so we stopped and watched Eurovision. So that time is kind of embedded in the skull. We were playing Minecraft.
It reminded me of the first time I saw Dragnet. It was about 5:30 in the evening, and I was in the comfy recliner in the lounge.
It
It's
gets
a
worse.
reference
anyway.
joke.
It gets worse,
Eurovision.
actually, for random knowledge like that. The first time I saw The Lion King in London was Monday, the 17th of January, the year 2000, and it was the 7:30 showing. Yeah, knowledge.
We really don't have lives, do we?
No, we don't. I think it was the
Damn
3rd
it.
of December when I went backstage. But that was a couple of years later. But yes. So, yes, Eurovision, where we watched all the countries sing their little songs and then be voted by the general plebs and the industry professionals. The industry professionals had their voting based on the rehearsals. That's what I'm looking for.
Yep.
And then us plebs getting to vote on the telephones for the actual live event. And it was a quite entertaining night, really. Graham Norton was as good as Graham Norton can be during Eurovision. He's still not
And
a patch
got
on.
trolled.
He's still not a patch on Terry Wogan, but K. Rogan was a tough act to beat by the end because he got so thoroughly sick of it. He was just taking the piss the entire time. But they did surprise Graham Norton a little bit by giving a thank you to the TV commentators, and then decided they were going to embarrass Graham Norton for taking the piss out of their Chinese jokes. Because they would talk about how Eurovision was now watched in many countries around the world, including China, and they kept on throwing pointless jokes for the Chinese, I suppose. I don't know. To which Graham Norton was taking the piss out of. And then they shoved a camera in his booth and gave him that little Eurovision feel by showering him in confetti, which got in his wine.
Although the Chinese gags were set up for an interesting song later on.
Yeah. Yeah, during the kind of half-time where they were totting up the votes. That was an interesting half-time act, I must say. But yes. So, yeah, all the countries got their little songs on. Russia was unsurprisingly booed, owing to the fact that Russia isn't quite popular at the moment. But we actually got points. The little UK, who's been like in the bottom 5 for so long, we actually came a solid mid-table this year. So our relationship with Europe is obviously improving slightly. Not much, we only got 40 points, but that's 40 points than we've had recently. So
yeah.
that's something to be happy for, I suppose, even if our song was a little meh. Can I say a little meh? Everyone's going, yay, back Molly, back Molly! Who buys a track from someone called Molly as their stage name? Even if it's her real name. No one does that. She's not Madonna, she's not Cher, it's
Molly.
Molly. Just say that out loud to yourself. Molly. Not really a superstar name, is it? It's not something you're going to go, I must go and get the latest single by Molly. Even that, it just sounds disappointing. So why people were surprised we didn't get any higher than we did, I don't know.
And if you pronounce it like mole, then people go, yeah, I know that album, or they'd suddenly get a hankering for Mexican cheese sauce.
At least it sounds a little bit exotic as well when you say mole. But just Molly. Nah. It's like having a bad name as Peter.
Wait.
Not to dissuade against Peters, because, obviously we have one. But
So we were just kicking, we found a picture of the other Alex with dyed hair. And
I know.
He
Terrifying.
looks like young Ego Raptor.
It's terrifying, isn't it? But it's just, would you buy the latest single from Peter? Now, Peter so-and-so.
I've heard him sing, so...
Not our one. If it was like a part of a bigger name, like Peter the Banshees or something like that, then maybe you could go, oh, okay, that sounds interesting, but just Peter. Not really. And it's the same with Molly or David. They're just not kind of what I call the superstar names. David Bowie? Yeah, there's a bit more to it. But just Molly.
Yeah, well, I
No.
think we need to move on to the songs.
Yeah, well, there wasn't really much to pick, was there? Because it was either a little bit of cheese or a ballad. And that was about all we got this year. There was nothing really that different. There was a...
You say that.
Well,
There was
the Mumford & Sons rip-off,
country song. Yeah.
which was okay. And then there was... oh, God, what's that fucking country? Who was the guy with the hat that came second?
That's the country song from the Netherlands.
Netherlands, that was it. Yeah, that was a kind of a real Eurovision song. It was just a guy and a gal and two guitars and some singing going on. And it sounded a little bit kind of country-esque.
You had some interesting things, because you had the blatant Slavic song, which was quite racy.
Well, the Polish song.
Yeah, let's get the women to churn butter.
Yeah, seductively
And
look
wash
at the
clothes.
camera and be sexy. Did you know? Because this is the first year they've also put all the votes, the public results at the end, so you can see how everybody voted.
Yeah.
And the UK gave Poland 12 points.
Yep.
In terms of the telephone vote. The industry professionals saw past the tits and gave it worst song of the night.
Ooh.
Vis-a-vis, nil point from the United Kingdom. Ha! Serves them right, trying to use sex to sell their song. It wasn't even that good a song, it was a terrible song. They just had tits. There was a girl churning butter and another girl washing laundry. With tits.
Churning butter.
Yep, churning butter.
Okay.
Butter.
Is it? It's a bit like Ron Jeremy churning butter.
Yeah, it's just tits. Nothing special. And I'm not just saying that because I'm gay. And what made me giggle though is I thought, what they should do, just to make the... You know they say you're not allowed to vote for your own country? Well,
Yeah.
they should extend that to expats. So, all the Polish people here shouldn't be allowed to vote for Poland. But they should be allowed to vote for the United Kingdom.
But a large proportion of them are immigrants, not expats.
Well, you know what I mean.
Definition-wise,
Yeah, but they're expats from their own country. Yeah?
technically.
There you go, you see.
Immigrant is the word used to describe somebody who comes over to do from one country to another to do not unskilled but more lower paying jobs, whereas an expat is somebody who is industry trained in a certain area.
Okay, well, now we learn something
Anyway.
today. Okay, so, yeah.
There were some interesting songs. I liked a few of them.
I was going to say something and I forgot what it was.
Nothing
It wasn't that,
important.
though, was it?
Huh?
It wasn't that, though, was it?
No.
You didn't think, I'm going to announce that I've forgotten something.
No.
Good, just
But
checking.
then I actually liked the Russian one as well. I actually liked their
Yeah, the Russian song was actually quite good, and the twins who sang it were only, 17? And I know Russia isn't the most popular place in the world at the moment, but seriously, all the booing that went on, that was a little bit disgusting. Yeah, okay, you're not happy with Russia at the moment. That's understandable. They're pissing a lot of people off. But these two 17-year-old girls sang a rather good song, very well, and you're booing just because they're from Russia?
And Ukraine gave them all the points.
Okay, Ukraine actually did give them some points.
Really, did they?
Yeah.
they gave some points, but not,
Not all the
12.
points. Not all the points that they used to give. But they did give some points. Which was quite funny, because I thought, they're not going to do... Oh, they did. Oh, shit.
But there was good quality music. This is the thing.
Yeah, and this is not even talking about the winner yet, because
No.
I had the winner down pat. When she finished her song, I was like, song of the night. And I was right.
Well, this is Conchita Wurst.
Conchita Wurst, yes, the drag act from Austria. Originally named Tom, I think. But
Yeah,
then
something like
with
that.
Conchita Wurst being his alter ego. And she came on, sang a really, really nice ballad, which after the event people were saying that they wanted as the new Bond theme.
Just a bit.
It kind of did fit, actually, in retrospect. It was kind of Bondish, wasn't it? But I really enjoyed the song. The backing visuals that went with it were brilliant.
Bondage.
Bond-ish.
Thank you.
Peasant. Get sex off the brain.
He can't, he's a man.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Stereotypes.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying anything.
Well, there
Nothing
was
at all.
some very good music. I will say I did enjoy that one.
Yeah, it
Um,
was quite a good song contest, wasn't it?
Yeah, the visual quality though was amazing with the stage and everything.
Yeah, I mean, considering it used to be an old dockyard.
You guys watched it both here, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if I'd known it was Eurovision and I wasn't in London, I probably would have joined you.
In all fairness, it's a weekend you're not in London, you probably would have joined us anyway.
Yeah.
You say that,
And then we had a very nice dinner.
but I can't guarantee I'll be around anymore. Like, I would have come this Sunday, but I couldn't.
But it was roleplay, so you thought, nah, I'll skip it.
No, not just that. I'm gonna join roleplay, but at the moment I want to concentrate on fighting games because the new season is coming up. I'm going to join the new game.
And you're not
Especially-
going to Expo, are you? You're not going to Expo, are you?
London?
No, Expo. Not Expo, Evo.
No, I'm not. I'm going to a different one now.
His
more-
Evo dream has been snatched from his grasp.
I didn't. I want to go to Evo, but Evo's always going to be there.
Evo's expensive as
But
shit as well.
yeah, I'd
Hedgie
rather
wants
do-
to go to Evo, that made me laugh.
Um,
I was like, Hedgie, you won't be allowed in Evo. You'll be too noisy, you'll put everyone off.
you say that, but that's not true.
Well, I will say the quality overall for Eurovision was good. There was some
The
very
real
nice
reason
comic
Hedgie wouldn't be
bits.
allowed is because he's never said your mother to anyone.
Oh, he has.
There was some very good
Oh, in that case, yeah, he's allowed in, yeah.
There was some very good
comic bits, especially the presenters doing the piss take song.
You know what I like? I like interrupting people.
Yeah, we know.
I had an excuse, I didn't know he was talking.
I'd say you say that though, but he still looks like John Travolta. So all I'm thinking of is weird ass Scientology man.
And now Pete will give us an excerpt of his opinion from Eurovision.
Well, it's the results that's the big thing. Because all the way through the first half, it
Yeah.
wasn't clear-cut winner.
It was the race between Sweden, the Netherlands, and Austria. With me
To a point. Well,
cheering
after
Austria
that-
all the way. No, I mean, in that opening they were the kind of the three that were getting all the points.
Eventually, yeah, but it wasn't as clear cut as we've seen where it's been, one country getting 12 points, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points.
No, that's true. It was very varied in terms of who got the 12 points. I mean, we gave our 12 points very deservedly to... Was it Conchita we gave our points to? I'm
I
sure it
can't
was.
remember.
Ireland gave us 8 points, which is the highest they've given us for quite some time. But then we like Ireland. Ireland are nice people. Even if they did give us some things that we'd rather forget. And tried entering a turkey puppet recently in Eurovision.
They
Why
didn't
do
get
that?
through this year either.
They didn't get through this year, no.
Did anybody else get an image of Rachel and Friends with the turkey on her head?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I now do have the image of Mr. Bean with the turkey on his head, though. Thanks.
Oh, damn it.
Now you too. You're
But,
welcome.
until about halfway, it was still an open race
It was.
because everyone was getting chunks of points in that top section.
Especially if you were Denmark or any other surrounding countries, really.
Yeah, the
They were
Nordic
getting all the
countries.
points.
Hmm.
They were getting
But it
all
was
the points all
when-
of the time.
Yeah, it was when we got halfway through the points that we saw, right, the top 3 were fixed, or the top 5,
Yeah, top 5, definitely. And then,
and it was toss-up.
until about 3/4 of the way through, and then with about 2 or 3 countries left to name, they actually instantly declared that Austria were the winners.
Yeah.
Which was the first time in the show's history that's ever been done. They've actually declared the winner before all the votes have been announced. Even when
Yeah.
it was mathematically proven that they were unstoppable, they'd always save it until
Yeah.
the very end. But this time they actually went, "Ah, the news is in. It's mathematically impossible for them not to lose now. Congratulations!" But now we must carry on with the names. The
Yeah, because I
results.
can remember when Wogan was saying, they've won clearly, no one can catch up, why are we still announcing the points?
Yeah. Well, I think they have to announce the points just so we can see all the one and something things. But it's like they should at least give the nod that so and so is now untouchable. Congratulations! But let us know continuing just contractually obligations, filling in the blanks.
So Conchita won, we're going to Austria next year.
Yeah, we're going to Austria next year to see what they provide for us. I don't think we're going to get quite as entertaining halftime show as we did this year. With that ridiculous song music video thing they did.
Well,
Which
they're
was
talking about
brilliant.
actually getting Conchita to host.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll buy that for $1.
But this is one of the things that's coming out from the back of it. Apparently, some people weren't happy with Conchita's song, her stance going forward,
Yeah.
because her song is very much LBGT, very much with supporting the values.
Yeah, it's peace and love hippie shit.
Yeah. And someone from Russia decided to make a comment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Someone from Russia, eh?
Yeah, a politician from Russia decided to make a comment that this was a clear example of how bad the Western world was.
But Armenia is Eastern
Wow.
Europe.
Sorry,
really?
as soon as
Really?
TK said that, I was just scrolling past the Facebook page and just a picture of Homer Simpson face palming.
Haha. Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I
That's
mean,
actually
From
stupid.
the BBC News thing, they say the momentum behind Conchita's message of acceptance had begun more than a month earlier before Eurovision started, with
Yeah.
fans around the world knitting beards to show their support as a symbol of tolerance. In an interview, she spoke about wanting to show people that you can achieve anything by just being yourself and believing in yourself. And apparently she was awarded 12 points by a dozen countries in that winning.
Mhm.
And afterwards she said, "I felt tonight like Europe showed that we are a community of respect and tolerance," in the winners' press conference. However, some Eurovision fans have argued that while it was definitely a win for tolerance, the character, Conchita Wurst, created by Austrian singer Tom Neuwirth, could just be gimmicky enough to damage its credibility as a song contest.
Yeah, you're
However,
reading the same
they-
article I saw.
Yep, then they follow. However, the triumph of the Netherlands in second place is a massive boost to the musicality of Eurovision.
It
Was-
was a song.
And we just had this.
Was
I
it
just-
actually a good performance,
Yeah.
Oh, Conchita, what? The Netherlands.
Conchita?
Conchita was a
Both,
fucking
both.
amazing performance.
Then there's no problem. If it was being voted up because of like a gimmicky thing, like look,
Yeah.
Lordi wasn't good. They were just
Lordi were
different.
awesome.
No, they were
You were
awesome,
very
but they were terrible. You,
Oh, and
you
this
understand what I
loops
mean?
back.
No, they were.
This loops back.
I really enjoyed their performance. I thought they were good. Musically. I mean, it's not to everyone's cup of tea, the musical style, but
No,
I actually did enjoy that.
I personally think that it was okay. It's an average song by Eurovision standards, right? It was a good song. It's not a bad song. It's just, it's basically shovelware for music. It's a shovelware version of music.
It proved that if it was different enough
That it,
from the crap we have,
that people would be like, "Whoa, this is awesome," because we don't see this every day. But
At all.
if this person, Conchita, actually is good as well, then that's fine. Because I do hate the fact of like doing something different, like to try and win Eurovision.
Yeah, no, Conchita didn't do anything different. Conchita did a very powerful power ballad.
yeah.
Which
When you
is
compare
fairly
this
Eurovision
with
Bear in mind
last
that-
year's winners, because they performed,
All Lordy did was show up and do the
remember-
exact same sort of stage show that they've done everywhere else throughout their career. So
Yeah.
However, after the show,
to them, it wasn't really.
go to the iPlayer, hunt down the Eurovision tour that they did, that they showed in the halftime show. Because that was hysterical.
the Eurovision Museum.
Yeah, the Eurovision Museum tour,
Oh, lovely.
especially when you get to the kids section.
We've decided
Worth
to think
every
Eurovision
second.
is for the kids.
On a completely unrelated note, TK,
Mm-hmm.
since your choice of words earlier, I just had Mortal Kombat announcer in my head. Vegeta wins. Musicality.
On Cheetah.
Flawless victory.
Anyway, I think that pretty much wraps it up. For
Yeah,
Tiger Tales.
well, the Eurovision Song Contest. Check it out on the iPlayer. It's still available. We'll be there for some time.
Oh, why did Axe say that away from the microphone?
What did he say?
He went, "Well, what do they do if it's transgender? It's like, finish.
Finish them.
Yeah.
Finish! He's the miscellaneous, none of the above.
Oh, wow, that'd be weird. Mortal Kombat's first transgendered character. What would their special
So on
moves
that
be?
note-
Will we reach around?
Oh,
Tiger Tales Radio is ending.
we're going, yeah, probably forever now.
Did I just kill it?
Well, that was a good last show. Let's see you never. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
We will be back next week for episode 8. No, 9.
9.
9.
9.
Ooh, we've grown up in the
And thanks to time travel, we are going to be back next week. But we have been back the week after.
And you can download the podcast from the website.
Yeah. Wait, is it? It's May the 19th. That means we're getting closer to our birthday again. Our 10-year anniversary.
Oh God, I don't want to know what that show's going to be like.
Probably a bit like
Drunk.
No, the last one was bad enough.
this one. What did we do
I'll
last
be
time?
down for it.
Pete got naked.
That was the drunk show. That was end of season. That
No,
wasn't
that's
the
why you say when I said, what kind of show should it be? And I said drunk.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant like birthday celebration show. Because like 10th anniversary is a big anniversary, and no, I don't think it's going to be a drunk show. 'cause-
No, I'm good. I'm glad it's not a young show.
I
think we've learned after the last drunk show. not to
I
do
will
drunk
have a
shows
tipple.
Yeah, maybe a little tipple. We can drink during the show. It just won't be a drunk show.
Just let's let TK be conscious enough that he can turn the radio off. I don't know what I'm doing.
I know where the buttons work.
Venus! Gravity stole my keyboard!
No, I've listened to the archive. That was never uttered.
It is essentially what happened.
Yeah. Basically, me and Felix were just sat there going, "Oh God, oh
Oh,
God."
we're the
Luckily, Felix
youngest-
knows how to turn this off.
It's like we're the youngest and we're the most responsible. What the fuck happened there?
No, it wasn't that TK didn't know how to turn it off.
He was too drunk to
I
do
was
anything
physically
about it.
incapable.
He was physically incapable. He was able to right click and then he'd slide away whilst holding the left mouse button, thus rendering it.
Utterly moot.
Yeah.
So I don't remember any of that. I don't remember how the
then
show
he
ended.
broke his keyboard flappy thing and
I fixed that again. That's
Keyboard
fine.
flappy.
yeah. He then put it back in upside down, wondering why it wasn't going back in.
What are we talking about now?
My
The
drawer.
drunk show.
My keyboard drawer.
Yeah.
Because it slides out.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I managed to put it in upside down somehow. No idea how.
Well, I
That's
think we
why.
need to finish.
And then he woke up and there's a traffic cone in the bed.
No, there wasn't.
Now we need to finish.
That's no way to describe your mama.
Oh.
Ah.
Wait, you about my mama, son? You don't know nothing about my mama.
Oh, I know your mama.
I know more about your mama than you did. You only saw her cunt once. Oh!
God.
That was such a bad one, but I've no apologies for it.
On that note, I think we need
Yes.
to say goodnight to
It's a good
everyone
night
who's
from the
listening to
Xavier.
Land.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that was like a good note. Well done, Pete. Congratulations. Would you like to try again?
On that note, we need to say goodbye.
That's what I said. Then I said it's a good night from the Xavier, and you went quiet.
All right.
Obviously, that was too tough a question for him. Not even that it wasn't a question. It was just you know. One day we will train
Good
you,
night.
Pete. Don't worry.
He said good night. I heard him. It's a good night from the Angel Duck song.
Good night.
It's a good night from the Felis.
Good night.
And it's a good night for myself, TK. Thank you very much for listening for this edition of TigerTails Radio. It's been fun, but now it must come to an end. We'll be back next week for more of the same. And maybe a bit. No, it's the week after next you're here, isn't it? Because it's bank holiday weekend then.
Bank holiday weekend.
On the 26th, yeah.
Next weekend.
Not next week, it's week after next.
Have we arranged a special guest?
Oh, maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna,
'Cause I'm going to talk of things for the next bank holiday weekend.
yeah, we need to get on that.
This better be true because I feel like I need a good man hug.
But we shall see you next week on the
Promise,
19th.
I
Oi.
have the strength for a good man hug, but I lack the arm girth for it.
Felis.
Relax the madness.
It's all about
Guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. What?
Tune in later
Well,
for the
it's
uncut
just
version of the show.
It's John Travolta. And
Yep, say good night, John. I say good night, Venus.
And I
Again. And yeah, like that. We say good night for myself. We will see you next week. I keep on saying that. Eventually we'll end the show.
finish the show.
Okay. Say night night, everybody. Night
Night,
night.
night.